Forbidden vegetable.
Yes, thank you,
fruit.
Tyler. Thank you for the
We don't
introduction.
know actually what it is.
So we're back again
I think
for
it's a
another
fruit.
session of Eldingheim. Last session was 45?
Yeah.
45. Damn, we're getting up there. One day we're going to be there at 50.
That's a fun number.
And then we're going to be there at... And then we're going to get to 75. And then we're going to get to 100.
No, we're gonna skip 100.
You probably died.
Going from 99 to 101, the missing episode.
Yeah.
Just don't upload it, just so everyone's confused.
Yeah,
Only
exactly.
we know. Alright. So, if that is the case, who is going to be reading the session recap from episode 45?
I don't know.
Can I split it with someone?
You can split it with someone.
Bill Tyler's the last one to do it, so.
Feels nice to be immune.
You got that immunity idol on you somewhere.
This has been a while. I haven't done this in ages.
Red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reading's
I have
hard.
not read in ages. I don't read.
I'm functionally illiterate.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm 23 years old, and I never learned how to read.
Love
yeah.
that Vine.
My name's Josh.
Speaking of, I need to make another Vine compilation. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Do you have any Elric memes yet?
No. Other than incest.
That's not a meme.
Gotta keep the
Lauren.
best
That's
genes in the
just
family.
What do you mean it's not a meme, Tyler? You're the one who made it a meme.
It's not a meme anymore, Lauren.
Is from.
Okay.
Am I good?
Yeah, go for it.
Episode 45, Homecoming. Stonk witnesses a terrible vision in his sleep. Everyone else feels the earth shudder beneath them. Elric was teleported to Beruvik in the night and found laying in the snow by Thyra, the Archduke of Beruvik. The rest of the party arrives in Beruvik and goes to Gunnar's estate, walking in on a confrontation between Elric and his alleged family, who have also been teleported to Beruvik. How many times can I say Beruvik? The matriarch of the family, how do you say her name?
Idun.
Idun.
You can just say Idun if
Idun.
it's difficult.
Approaches Elric and casts a magic missile on him. Slanei heals Elric and Tyrell tries to intervene, but Elric's father stands in her way. Tyrell charges past him and shoves Idun off Elric's corpse, but she snaps her fingers and teleports them both away. The rest of the party stands down, with one of them stating that Elric will be fine and that they wish to go to their rooms. Elric is sent back home with his grandmother, who confronts and abuses him. She leaves him for hours until returning with him to Beruvik. Gunnar brings Rickard, Stonk, Slanei, Tavi, and Tyrell into his cluttered office. Rickard sees various letters from other cities in the Avnordian Empire. Tavi doesn't see a letter from Galethorpe. Rickard speaks to the Baelor and his reflection in the lake. He stated that Gunnar's son...
I wrote it today.
It's okay. Lars is a hostage in Braebær. He urges Rickard to take advantage of the situation. Stonk, Slanei, and Tavi visit Stig and Gulla and continue. Stonk explains what happened to Mikhail with sincerity, and Tavi and Slanei confront Continue.
Comfort.
Yeah, we can
Confront.
We can confront the small child.
Your father's dead, explain.
Where were you at the time of his death? Is person that killed him.
Why weren't cubes there to save him?
Stonk leaves to rest back at Gunnar's home. Rickard and Tavi play with Loki in the snow, and Tavi asks about the creatures he summoned, urging him to promise to keep them in control. Stonk finds his disheveled and dying Rickard wandering Gunnar's home and
No,
lets him
Elric.
Not Rickard.
Not yet, anyway.
and lets him sleep in his room for the night, or Lars's room.
Yeah.
When Elric wakes up, he explains how he was banished and appeared in Beruvik. Idun is his grandmother and matriarch of his family. They have been cursed by the Jotun.
Jotun, yeah.
Jotun, after the
Isak,
Baelor.
yeah.
Isak Baelor was accused of his crimes, then offended the gods. They lived in the tower isolated for hundreds of years. As a worshipper of Ingvald, Elric explains that he escaped as a child. Stonk explains to Elric the significance of Beruvik and how Stonk wished to protect the town. Tyrell and Slanei sneak into Gunnar's estate to follow Stig, who overheard them discuss Stonk's
Regicide.
They find Stonk and Elric and explain that Stig is aware of Stonk's crime. The party reunites with Gunnar, who struggles with his paperwork. Stonk and Rickard insult him and remind him of his duties, leading Gunnar to promise that the party play out the role of heroes for the sake of the morale of the town.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
No way this could go terribly wrong.
We're heroes.
We're
We're all lawful good.
Where we let off last session was Gunnar received a brown letter with a black badger wax seal being delivered to him.
And then he said, fuck.
Yeah, and then he read it and said fuck.
and dropped the letter.
And threw the letter on the ground. So let us relive that moment. Fuck! As he throws the letter back down onto the table and immediately begins to hold his head and hold his face. Alright, what do you guys want to do?
What's the letter say?
It depends. Do you grab it after he drops it on the table?
Oh, I can't actually see it.
You're too short.
Stonk
No,
it's
it's not like a. It's not like a 4-foot tall desk. That's like a Goliath sized desk.
I want to see if I can just read it without actually touching the paper if I can.
Tippy
I'll
toes.
say make a quick perception check. You probably won't be able to read anything, but you'll be able to see the length and vibe of it.
Not 20.
Alright.
So he
Alright.
reads it word for
Maybe
word.
with an at 20.
Wait, I believe that's a 30.
So he
Alright.
could just read
You
through
know
it.
what? I'll just say this is what you figure out. So because I didn't have time to actually write the letter, I just have the gist of it right here, and I'll say that you get the most of it. It appears to be a quite aggressive and abusively written letter directed at Gunnar Nyland, claiming his allegiance, which is believed to be the Chieftain of Braebær, to Jarl Runar, the bastard king of New Avnordia, and he demands the surrender of Beruvik. The letter later claims that Lars Nyland was found and captured, and states that as long as he surrenders, nothing terrible will happen to him or his family. The letter ends with an odd note stating that his position is endorsed by Bjørn Odell of Galethorpe. The letter is signed Njal Riesberg, the Chieftain of Braebær.
Oh boy.
Do you want to tell us that?
Yeah, I'll let Gunnar cool down a little bit before I share that with people that I've just read everything.
Okay?
Me and Stonk just awkwardly stand there with no comprehension.
I already knew the important part. Yeah.
And now the rest of us know.
Not good, huh? Not good at all.
Do you say that?
No. I'm just waiting for someone else to say something. I don't want to be the one to start it.
What is wrong? I say. After I give him a second.
He, holds his brow again and says, everything is wrong, and he will then push it forward and kind of gesture it towards you all, which will allow everyone in the room who is literate to read the letter, which I think is everybody.
Stonk, can you read?
Stonk, we agreed as a 3rd grade reading level.
You can read.
Yeah,
Does he
so
know all the insults?
You're not sure what the word endorse means.
It's a big one. Go with it's a bad thing.
Is Tavi in the room with us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we're
guys
all here.
Everyone's here.
Tavi, would you like to explain?
I'm picking up bullshit, but that's just me.
I don't know your dad's Odell, but out of character.
Yes. That wouldn't.
How strong are Braebar's forces?
Not very, thankfully. Quite one of the smaller towns in the Avnordian Empire. However, if what I'm reading here is true, he has the support of Bjørn Odell, which is a much bigger and worrisome force.
Tavi?
Tavi.
He wouldn't endorse this. He's not that stupid.
Gunnar bites his lip a little bit and goes, well, and he just kind of once again holds his temple and just goes, Njal is an unpredictable man, so it's possible That it's a lie. It's possible that this is all a fib.
He didn't provide any proof for his claims.
No, but I don't think he needs it.
Say so.
How far is Braebær from here?
I do have.
Let me pull out the map, actually.
I do have sending.
You could check in on Lars.
Well, I could also, but why would I check in on Lars when I could check in on
Odell?
Odell or oh god,
Ingvald.
So
Odell.
when you guys-
What the fuck?
when you guys
Or
crossed
area.
the Baylor Lake and then went from there to Elderguard,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same distance between Elderguard and the edge of the Baylor Lake that it is between Braebær and Beruvik.
Okay,
It's not that far,
Not super far.
but it'd be
but
trek.
far enough.
Yeah.
Not enough that we could take a side quest reasonably.
No.
I mean, yeah, use sending. That's like a great way to prove if this is bullshit or not.
Yeah.
Who would you
Who
send?
am I
to?
sending to though?
Yeah. Who do you ask?
Do you
Do you ask Lars if he's been kidnapped, or do you ask
Ask
Odell
Odell,
if he's...
You,
Do you
it has
endorse
to be
those?
familiar.
you know
I
both
only
of them?
know I know
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
Do you ask
They've been
Eric
around
how
for a
he's
little
been
bit.
doing?
Yeah, I can also-
really quick.
So, you know what? Let's not ask either of them. I'm gonna ask Eric how he's doing.
Hey, Eric! Have you heard about this Braebær thing?
Please
Your
stop
buddy
calling.
would never, right?
Let's listen to these shenanigans.
You've been calling me every day. Please stop.
We just hear the faint
I
I
sounds.
faked my death. Please leave me alone.
Oh, what's that? You want me to tell Stonk you didn't die? You faked your death?
Wait, no, fuck. Yeah.
You can also discuss any character if you want pointers.
Yeah, just casting sending
Yeah.
is gonna suss everyone out.
I could cast something to figure out if he's actually been kidnapped or not, but
What can you cast?
sending.
He kind of looks back and forth and just kind of goes like, just make sure he's okay.
Do I send it to Lars or to Odell?
You're asking this?
Yes.
Gunnar's gonna say, send it to Laris.
Yeah.
Do both. ¿Por qué no los dos?
You have spell slots.
I do.
We're not going anywhere.
What? Sending's like third.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not that important.
I guess I would cast a sending to Lars.
Okay.
25 words.
You do Odell after.
Alright, do you want to explain before you write out your message just kind of what Slanei's ritual for casting sending looks like?
Slanei stands on top of a stool.
You're just like, have someone give me a stool. Who brings Slanei his stool? Toffee.
Tommy's got the stool.
Toffee feels guilty.
Slanei stands on top of the stool, and like as
Gunnar's regretting letting this gay magic man do his magic.
well, it gets worse because the stool is only a step to get onto the actual desk.
Oh my! And then you like start stepping on the ladder. He's like, stop! And he starts like moving stuff aside.
And then Slanei, as part of the ritual of casting it, is going to begin like turning around slowly until he's like in the direction facing Lars.
Do you have like dousing
You start
rods?
pointing towards the southwest.
It's just two
No.
kegs.
No, but you start pointing towards the southeast.
Yeah. And then I'll cast my sending. And if y'all want to do things while I think of the actual 25 words.
All right.
So, is that... Do we know
That would be towards Braebær.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we this
Oh,
was
shit.
probably there.
You have some connection to this Odell?
Yeah, I only worked for him for most of my life. He wouldn't endorse this. That guy's an idiot.
For him.
Listen, I don't know shit.
No, I'm laughing at the choice of words.
I'm scrambled.
You're fine.
What sort of forces does he have, one way or another?
Odell?
Yes.
I would say so. Galethorpe is one of the largest towns in the Avnordian Empire. So Galethorpe is definitely, if Odell decides to use his forces offensively, that's a game changer.
Is it enough to kick Hilda's ass, or enough to just be a threat?
Enough to just be a threat, because Hilda has her own army and Elderguard, and Elderguard is the biggest city.
I'll relay that just roughly. What you said.
Alright?
Listen, I'm sure this guy is just bullshitting because Odell's sister married him.
That's the thing that happened.
Her name's Aria.
My boss just sent a text saying SOS. Anyway, continue.
Silence your phone. Don't listen. You're busy.
Well, let's hope you're right, Tavi.
Is he just still pointing at the tree?
Yeah, you just see Slanei just speaking in tongues. Not because he has to,
This is
but because he can.
if he doesn't stop, if he
It's
stops,
his process.
This is all.
creative process.
All of this is performative for Slanei, so he can think of the actual thing. Because
Yeah.
once he started the ritual, he can't stop it.
he has to keep mumbling because if he stops mumbling, then the spell casts
Then
and
he
he has to
loses
speak.
it.
Record is just thinking, this is
I'll make sure
so
that's fine.
superfluous.
You also have sending and could do it, but nah.
This
I actually
is the
don't
more
think-
important bit, I think. But
Yeah.
and that is
I'm not using one of my
Two
two
less.
spell slots.
On sending.
all right.
All right,
I got it.
you're just gonna run around, and then you feel it, and you feel your finger point towards the direction.
He
What do
knew
you
where
say?
it was like 3 rotations ago.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lars, your dad wants us to check up on you. How are you doing? You can respond to this message without speaking out loud.
An important part.
An
of that.
important part of that message is he doesn't have to verbally respond.
M fine, M safe for now.
Am fine.
M fine,
safe
M
now.
safe for now.
So
Okay.
he's not in prison.
Or so we think. So
Well,
we
he's safe
think.
for now.
Or does he think?
Yeah, the for now part is the part that concerns me. Yeah. Oh, train everyone. I hear the train.
I will
Let's go.
share that with everyone.
Okay. Gunnar lets out a sigh of relief, though. You can. Anyone with high insight can tell it's just like he'll take any good news at this point, whether he believes in your bullshit or not.
Magic man bullshit. You just contacted the spirit.
Yeah, you just
That's
did,
the-
you just did a seance to see if his son was dead.
Spirit, how is this man's
He's
son?
safe for now. Dead.
He's safe for now. Wink.
Family Guy death.
He's safe for an oh shit, he died mid-message, sorry. Alright, you got another message?
And so Gunnar looks towards Tavi and says that what was his sister's name? Our area.
Yes.
He starts to think to himself and goes, "Do you know where he went after Elderguard?"
I'm assuming he went back to Galethorpe. I don't know.
Through the Markvister alone.
Oh, he's
Hmm.
dead.
Oh
Man.
man, what a shame.
If
It's a
only-
good thing Eric's alive.
Sending. Hey Odell, you dead too?
Listen,
You in there?
we got the spell slots. Lauren wouldn't attack us with Andor in the city, would she?
No.
No.
Andor doesn't like people. He's agoraphobic.
I might cast a send to Odell unless people are opposed to it.
Do it.
Okay.
So he's gonna get to watch this whole.
He has to get back
This
on
whole
the
thing.
force.
I like
I've gotten off just like, wait a minute.
And then you can hop off and say, how's Eric doing?
No.
Have you seen Eric?
No.
You just hear Odell on the other side.
Listen,
Look, it
put
is
that
Schrodinger's Eric. As long as we don't talk about him, he's still alive.
listen, if you can fit
None
house
of you guys. By the way, Eric was the one who told you guys to go to Beruvik. You never figured out why.
did we tell Gunnar that Eric sent us?
I think so. He said like,
That was
"Oh,
the-
Eric a favor."
That was the only reason we were let in originally.
You could how's Eric is 2 words. You can squeeze that in.
Oh god. It's just a big fucking phrase and just at the end. How's Eric?
War, famine, murder. What is your cause and all this? How's Eric?
How's the wife and kids? Well, with any luck, if they're bluffing about Lars, then they're also bluffing about Odell. But just to make sure, do you think you could do your mumbo jumbo again?
Yeah. And just
Gets back, gets the stool again, gets back up on the table again.
Did Gunnar rearrange things after?
And as you Gunnar's rearranging things, and then you jump up and say, "Oh my god!"
He's like, I just got everything back out again.
Yeah.
I like move one of the ink pots to the edge of the table away from where I'm
As
sitting.
you move the ink vial
Yes.
to the edge of the table.
Yes.
And then hop on.
Okay.
And that spills everywhere.
I'm moving it out of like my area
Yep.
where I can't
Moving
accidentally.
into Gunner's area. Ink spills over all of the important letters he was just writing.
That's what I'm trying to avoid happening.
The SpongeBob thing with the cranberry juice.
Yeah.
My life story. Aw.
It all in red ink.
Classic.
What was the Chieftain of Braebær again?
Njal. Njal. Or Reesburg,
Njal.
or the Bastard of Braebær. You could just call him Bastard too.
Listen, we only have so many words here. Braebær. Just call him Braebær.
Braebarians.
No.
Meow.
Meow?
He's getting possessed by Mikkel.
Josh is slowly becoming cat girl.
I knew it!
Like, yeah.
Josh is slowly becoming a Joe Cat.
No. No.
Anything anyone else wants me to ask? Because I've only got 13 words for this message.
Listen, how's Eric is 2 words.
Hi, Odell. Toby's fine.
Hi, Odell.
Oh,
you don't need. You can just be like, "This is Slanei."
My esteemed employer.
Yours true.
Yours unto eternity.
You still owe me my paycheck, Slanei.
So loves.
I can't believe you took so many taxes out of my pay.
Hilda's a coming, are you?
Dear
You know what? I'm adding that.
Yeah, Hilda's coming up.
And I clarify, for or against us, that's important. Oh, wait, I'm outward.
That's why I specifically asked if he was supporting y'all.
Hilda is coming. Our
Oh, shit.
Hilda, oh no!
Hilda's coming. Wait, not that kind of cup.
I could see a Slanei messaging that way. I'm not straight.
It's a bunch of dicks.
You gotta cut out a word.
I mean, it's not supposed to cut off here, but I find it funny to cut it off like
Fair
this.
enough. You point. You start to point around the room, doing your mumbo jumbo, trying to sense where he is. And there's a little bit of a twinge of, oh no, as you realize you point in the same direction that Loris was.
Oh, shit.
I
Listen, he'll tell you the truth.
oh yeah, he loves Slanei. So I'm gonna cast by sending. It's Slanei. Tommy's fine. Did you by any chance support Njal against Beruvik? Hilda's a coming. Are you with her? Not like.
There's a lot to unpack with that. Wow, getting a lot of information here.
How's Eric?
How's Eric?
How's Eric? I could. There was only 20 words.
You hear a response. Rumor is true. I'm coming.
He's coming.
He's coming, everyone.
He's on his way.
Ho, ho, ho.
Wait a minute.
Insight the shit out of that. Is he for or against us?
Yeah, I don't know if you... Okay, insight with disadvantage. I'd say.
It's purely off of tone.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Use the luck stick.
17.
Okay.
I'll only use it if I absolutely have to. 5.
Ooh.
I absolutely have to. So it's 5
And
or...
now you have disadvantage on talking to Stig.
Oh. Oh well. 5. 12.
He's
Can't
coming.
tell.
Damn.
He's on his way.
He's on his way.
Do you relay that to everyone else?
I
I want to know Toby's reaction to that.
Yeah, I'm curious.
You're gonna see your dad.
He's been mind controlled.
Looky.
Listen, you gotta call Eric, see if he's on our side.
As you say that, Gunnar just kind of is...
Oh, we got one piece of good news and one piece of not so good news.
You can see
So
Alec.
that's 0.
You see Alec in the corner going, I have to kill another 1,000 people. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, might as well.
I joined I never met Odell. Are you all on good terms?
I could care less about him.
Do I even know who Odell is?
No,
No.
you were joined way after.
Only these three know who Odell
Well, it
is.
I've always told you.
Yeah, you've mentioned.
Odell loves Toppy, is neutral towards me.
Hate me.
He was banned from Galethorpe.
Yeah.
No, not
No,
him.
he was
Every
All Goliaths
Every
are
Goliath
banned from
are banned
Galethorpe because of
him.
what I did.
Of course.
So he
I'm not
really does not like me.
How's Tavi feeling about this?
Distress.
Tavi, you're gonna turn traitor? Inside. No, not really.
No, he's
Now for the more important question. Who do we tell about this? Because that is not a good thing. That, if the...
Being attacked on two fronts is historically very bad.
in a siege, yeah. Telling everyone that, oh hey, just so you know, Galethorpe and Braebær have turned on us.
Did the
Not a great thing to say.
Wait, Lauren, did the message say, I'm with Hilda, swear allegiance to her, or swear allegiance to me and Braebær?
He swears allegiance to Jarl Runar, the bastard king of New Avnordia.
Yeah,
So that's the
just
kid.
Hilda.
Yes.
So they're not gonna fight each other, they're all fighting us.
Yes.
So we're fucked.
But it appears like, from, I guess, what you read on the letter, it's with the intent of Braebær getting more power. Because they were a really, really, really small town. They probably want more.
You could send a message to Hilda saying, hey, does Odell work for you? Do you know anything about that? Love Slanei.
Hey, Hilda, how you doing, girl?
How you do? How's your son?
How's his son doing? You guys don't know about his son. Wait, no, 'cause-
We do.
When did you-
know about
I've never
Rickard,
met half
Rickard
John.
knew.
Oh yeah, Rickard told you.
But I've met Hilda, so that's
So you-
enough cat sending
You
to her.
can tell her. I don't know how that helps us, but you could.
Just try to sound like Discord. Like,
Are you
hey,
considering
Braebær, a
it?
little
No,
shifty.
no.
If you are, then Gunnar's gonna knock you off the table. Knock your ass off the table.
No, I was marking the second sending
Yeah,
that I used because they didn't actually do that.
You just send her like, yo, Braebar's going wild, bro.
They're gonna betray you. You shouldn't trust
So
them.
Discord.
Gunnar just shakes his head and is just like, I don't know why Odell would be stupid enough to get involved with that man.
Do we have any scouts? This is a kind of a dumb question, but I'm asking it.
We have an arch druid.
None that are active.
Well, it would definitely be helpful if we knew when they were coming
Alright.
ahead of time.
I'll share that message with Sven and we'll see if we can get a couple people on watch outside the city.
Alright. In the meantime, we just have to prepare as best as we can.
Yes. In the meantime, there are just help out around town, bring up spirits. Don't tell anyone what you've heard here today.
Do we look at the door and see Stig listening?
It's just,
No.
He was doing his leather working in the corner as always. Let's go kill this
Alright.
Couturier.
I'm gonna head out and
Don't joke about child
go
murder.
to help. I'll probably head towards the wall
okay.
because I figure that's where I'll be needed.
Yeah, when he says kind of go around and help, I'll say that it's communicated that like you'll be summoned when you're needed, or vice versa, that sort of thing. Like it's just like, hey, I'd recommend you do this, or I'd recommend like you do this. You seem like you'd be good at this. So from now on, assume that you're getting like small little letters from Gunnar saying like, hey, do this, do this. But there are a couple things on here that are definitely people's own accord.
Yeah.
So
Could we do a tour of the wall? See what we got to work with here?
sure, you guys can definitely do a quick walk around the wall. Do you guys all want to do that together?
Have
Sure.
a chance
I
to
do
chat.
want to tell something to Slanei really quick, and that is Laris is definitely being held in Braebær right now. Like there's no question about it.
Slanei begins like not like verbally, just like wordlessly cursing in halfling.
I don't know exactly what to do with this information yet.
We're not telling this to Gunnar, so Gunnar thinks Loris is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that,
needs
that,
a little bit.
that information's not going to help him at all.
Gunnar needs us to. We need to lie to Gunnar just as much as we are lying to this town.
It's just a house of cards.
I mean, what we could do is we could surrender to Njal, and then we join the Njal Odell alliance, and then Hilda will either accept us or she won't. But if she won't, then she has to attack all three of us.
That would definitely work, yeah.
Guaranteed.
No flaws.
No flaws.
None whatsoever.
I mean, to be fair, it's a better idea than fighting all three of them.
We'll win. We'll be fine.
We have to
I love
invent
the optimism.
moats.
So we're all going and walking except for you?
Yeah, I'll go on the walk too. I want to check out the wall.
Alright, everyone else?
I want to go on the walk too.
Okay, Tavi, you going as well?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. Could I have everyone make a quick, I'll say you have 3 options. You can make a investigation check to look at like how well the wall is built. You can do a perception check to look for weak spots, I guess. And then you can do a history check to see how well this wall will stand. So investigation, you're checking see if the wall is built up to code.
Make sure there's no holes to crawl
make sure
under.
no holes. Perception is checking for noticing there being any weak spots or weird spots in the walls. And then history would be is the wall gonna stay standing?
History.
I'll do history.
Okay.
I'll do investigation.
Alright, let's do one at a time.
Nat 20.
One at a time. Rickard, you go first. We'll just go around.
10.
10.
2 plus 8.
It looks like they
How do you always roll the
No.
they chop down some trees, they shove them in the ground, they tie them all together. It's a pretty cool wall. Elric.
Nat 20 for 22 history.
History, okay. I'll wait on you then because you rolled nat 20.
No, I don't want to do history. I'll do investigation? Question mark?
It's meta to not want to do history because someone else rolled a nat 20, Kelly.
That's fair enough. I don't know. It's all the same modifier for me, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, well, it doesn't matter then.
Just roll the dice and
19.
19, okay.
I already rolled a 4, so 12.
Okay, wall. Yeah. Your people have never seen a wall that big.
Why would you
So
restrict
cool.
yourself like this?
Yeah,
They went to Elderguard and they saw the massive mead hall. You see the wall and you're like, wow, architecture.
Absolutely the
Amazing.
pinnacle.
I'm not there.
You're not there? Okay, Stonk.
I rolled a 15. Do you want me to re-roll it though?
No.
Okay.
When I say one at a time, I don't mean roll. I just say tell me.
It was
one at a time.
15 plus 2 perception, so
Okay.
17.
Stonk, you notice that it does look like that some of the wall has been relatively new. They've done a good job over the years maintaining it. I'll say you two notice that this wall is will stand. However, the concerning part is that because the south entrance and then the western entrance of the city are so far apart, how if you're being attacked from 2 fronts, you're gonna have to fucking split them up.
Oh boy.
Historically, is it possible to seal one of these gates, or is that just a weak point?
The gates are well fortified by themselves.
So could we lock a gate and have it just be wall?
You can, but that's still a kind of a dumb idea.
Yeah, I figured.
You
Yeah.
still need people watching.
Yeah,
So we have to split forces if we get attacked both ways.
Right.
There's no 2 ways around it.
right.
What other knowledge did you get from a nat 20?
I'll say with a nat 20, you probably also note that there are people actively adding on another layer of logs to the wall at the minute.
Type of tree.
It looks like that they're mainly pine tree, thicker pine trees that they are, chopping off all of the branches for sharpening the bottoms, sharpening the tops. They're making stakes, basically.
Not even
Massive
hardwood
stakes.
SMH my head.
Nope,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have time.
Yeah.
How's the snow outside the wall looking
But
compared
it's
to
at
the
least something.
wall?
There are snow drifts that are pushed up against the wall.
We just cover the whole city in snow, they'll never find us.
Camouflage!
Yeah.
Legendary
The one
Take,
right over us.
take down the wall.
Can I just
and hide.
the whole place in illusion?
Illusionary
Yes, that-
terrain and just have the whole city look like nature's reclaimed it.
Really don't want it.
Unfortunately,
The city's
the hallucinatory terrain is not big enough to cover an
If
entire
I just
city.
covered the wall.
Yeah, it still wouldn't be enough because this is going to be a
That
really
wall
big
encompasses the whole
We,
city.
we have an
You
arch.
can definitely get for like a big gate area. You can
Yeah.
definitely.
I'll
fuck
do
around with
a
that area.
quick explanation as Beruvik. The wall is basically like gets the north, the south, and then the west side, and then the whole east side is the lake. So the lake doesn't have a wall built up against it, it's just lake. So one of you guys mentioned last session, you could theoretically go around and like walk onto the like lake and rivers, but that is
Suicidal.
suicidal idea. It's Hilda would. I mean, it's
I wonder if
Hilda
there's
doesn't respect her truth.
I wonder if there's any way to deliberately weaken the ice and also use like your hallucinatory terrain to shift the field of battle a little bit towards like the east or something, towards the lake, so that they
Fall in.
think that they're going after.
They have a couple
the
more
gate.
feet of shore.
Right.
I'll
And
say that
instead
that's-
they're walking on the lake itself, and if it's been weakened with
that
traps,
is a
they
very
can
good
fall through the
idea. However, they are coming from the side of the wall, so you'd have to lure them around the city to get onto the water.
Wait,
It's
it's not
also
entirely.
hallucinatory terrain.
Yeah.
That's a druid
You can
spell.
prepare it. Yeah.
Let's just do some roadrunner.
I'm just throwing out ideas because I can't do anything with this.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have any. magic.
You guys could dig pits, fill them with frozen water, and then lure people on top of the frozen pits.
Yes.
And then use some fire melt.
Well, especially
And it's like there's actually just water. And now it's gonna be like if they get in that water, they're gonna die of hypothermia.
Mhm.
But you can also put, since they're having to cut the trees anyways, like
Mhm.
use some of those branches from the trees and put it at the bottom of the pit too.
Oh yeah, like put up the
Spike
ranks.
water pit.
That's actually a good idea. We should start like either writing things down or spitballing
Yeah.
the gunner.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Can I like do a really? Because I have mold earth as well.
Mhm.
You could make that.
Do you want to make like a little model? A small, like a little. What is this? A city for ants?
How big is the circumference of this wall? Like half a mile? What are we looking
Oh,
at?
I don't have an exact. I haven't made the map yet, so I don't have an exact measurement yet.
I'm just thinking about just what two people's hallucinatory terrain could do. Because
big. That's fun.
that's like it's only 10
And we
minutes of
could-
casting time.
And we could
it
probably.
lasts the whole
There's
day.
an archer in this town. We could get a third.
Oh my god!
You could.
And thank God I'm a warlock, because then short rest I get my spell slots back 2 more casts.
All
Wait
right.
a minute.
Let's entertain this later and
Okay.
move on. So I'll say that you feel free. You guys are more than willing to write down those ideas and stuff. I'll say that at the end of this session, you guys will all have homework to like put all of your ideas in one spot. And the next session, we can spitball that stuff out to Gunnar. Sound good?
Plan group chat part 2.
Yeah. You guys are gonna get the plan group chat, and it's definitely gonna go according to plan.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Just like the first.
unless there's anything you guys would like to do for today, you some of you will get a message from Gunnar for some help later tonight.
I have something I need to do. That's why I'm not with them on the wall.
All right. What would you like to do, Slanei?
I'll want to talk to Rickard after Slanei.
Okay.
I'm vaguely hovering near Terrell. Not to talk, just to be near Terrell.
Comfort.
I would like to go find Stig.
All right.
Great.
Okay. You're fighting
Perception
Stig
check.
first.
Perception check. Disadvantage.
5?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a 15.
Thank God I'm a halfling.
God, you're a half.
So 15.
Okay. I'll say with a 15.
You could also go home and ask Gullah.
I'll say with a 15, it takes you a while, but you're able to hunt him down back as he goes back to his house.
I didn't think this far ahead.
Pulling,
You never do. He
are you
never
pulling
does.
out your crossbow? What are you doing?
No. Yeah, I'm just gonna murder a man in broad daylight.
Well,
puts Stig in a room and she's like, what do you need to talk to me about? You know what? I didn't really think about it. Pulls out.
listen, you worship the god of wine, get him so drunk he gets memory loss. He forgets all about it.
No, I'll wait for Stig to actually get home and then enter in.
He bundled up in all of his clothes, makes his way inside and begins hanging up his stuff. I'll say through the window you see him, the frosted over windows, you see what appear to be two figures talking, so you can assume that he's talking to Gullah at the minute.
Okay. I'll wait another minute or so and then come inside.
Okay. You come inside, he turns towards you and his lips purse and Gullah's like, "Hello, Slanei, how are you doing?"
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Gullah?
Damn cold.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you notice that she's actually at this time, furiously, weaving and knitting together, clothing and stuff, wool clothing, blankets, scarves, that sort of thing. And you notice on the other side of the room, Stig has his leather working stations set up, and it looks like he is making, leather shoulder pads for armor. And he's studding them with little iron beads.
Oh boy. I'd like to go over to
it's Gullah who's deaf, so she turns back, she's on her wheel again, and she's in the zone, man.
Auto zone.
Stig,
Yes?
what all did you overhear last night?
The two shorts.
You just gave away everything you know. All right. He furrows his brow. He's like, I didn't hear anything. Was there something you wish to tell me?
I don't think you need to insight check that.
Yeah. Just that you're a very honest man, Stig.
He keeps working.
Oh, gods.
Let me ask you, are you planning to threaten the man, or are you asking him to be quiet about
I'm gonna ask him to be quiet about it.
it? Okay. I didn't know what your
No.
intent was yet.
Slanei cannot threaten to save his life.
Yeah.
So far you're doing great.
You're an honest man,
Yeah.
Mr. Stig, aren't you? Tell me, would an honest man be doing this? And then he throws some evidence in his face. You were cheating on your wife!
She's deaf, she can't overhear it.
And she
That's nice, dear.
Yeah, I have nothing. Oh, God.
You could abandon ship and toss it to someone else.
Alright, Rickard. Time to silence Grandpa.
Rickard kicks in the door.
Time.
Takes them out before sharpshooter.
You just fucking
I'm
kill
trying to
him. He's
figure out how
dead
to
on
get
the
to
ground
that
and go,
point.
huh?
You just make him into Carcanos, and Carcanos is new grandpa.
Oh, God. Kills Stig, brings him back as a wraith, goes back to leatherwork.
Gotta try.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. We're the only hope for this town.
Are you? You must have fallen so far. Keeps working.
Yes. How many people are here in this town that are of a fighting capacity, Stig? That are capable fighters?
And he thinks to himself for a little bit and says, not enough.
And of those people, how many went to Ingvald's tournament and won?
He stops what he's doing. None.
And we are here. We used our wish to help this town.
For what purpose? Are you helping this town because you care? Or because it gave you a way out?
When we got to this town, we gave our word to help it. And we have stood by that.
Was that before or after? And then he finally makes eye contact with you.
After.
So, that answers my question. You aren't here to help us. You're here to save your own asses.
Is it time to not be right and to be correct?
No!
Soon.
Stick.
My ass includes your ass. What's so hard to get?
I'm not asking you to keep this secret for long. But your town depends on everyone having hope. And if you ruin the hope of people, how much faster do they fall?
I'd rather die knowing the truth, and I'm sure my brethren would feel the same.
Or would you rather live another day and find out the truth some other time?
He gets laughing and keeps working.
I think we gotta bring in Stonk for this conversation.
Can you do a quick persuasion check?
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. Oh shit.
Okay.
I love the glowing dice, it's very cool.
The gods twice.
Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 11.
Above 10.
It's higher than I thought I was gonna get with disadvantage.
Slanei, right?
Yes.
Something I learned when I was a very young man is, well, if you don't want the truth to get out, then maybe you shouldn't do something worth exposing in the first place.
He's got a point. Yes. Grandpa's is dropping some wisdom.
If you don't want to be held accountable for your actions,
Don't do it.
commit actions. Thanks, Grandpa. Great insight.
I just sit here
I
in
didn't
my
have a
stool.
choice, by the way, Grandpa. I wasn't there. You could totally play the...
Oh, I mean,
it was
he
just
doesn't-
Stonk.
Yeah.
You could absolutely say. Half of us genuinely weren't attached to the party yet.
Yeah. And I would not care. Feel free to throw him under the bus.
Stonk would
Stick.
enjoy it.
Only one of us was involved with killing him.
He doesn't say anything and keeps working.
2 of us were bystanders at worst. 3 of us weren't even there. And 1 of us died. I'm not trying to save my own ass, Stig.
I'm trying to save all your asses.
Including mine.
The only one who has to answer for the crime of regicide is Stonk.
He stops for a second,
I'll never be held accountable.
and then he continues.
Tavi and I were outside of Elderguard by the time he was dead. We had no idea until it was already done.
He puts down his leatherworking tools and turns over to you and says, "Trust me, I understand that If what I know gets out, it'll only cause more unrest. But I will let you know this. It does not bring me any kind of peace that you are trying to be the heroes. But if playing the part will help, then do so. But I will not be involved. I will do my job. And he'll keep working.
Does he retroactively hate Mikkel? Mikkel didn't do shit.
I mean, that's pretty much all Slanei was there for.
That's probably the best outcome.
Yeah, that was the best outcome is he'll be quiet, but he doesn't like it.
Insight just to make
Oh,
sure he's
yeah.
battling truth.
With a disadvantage.
No.
Stonk
Just a straight one.
Man ready to slit his throat in the middle.
That's a 16.
16?
Stonk just kills him anyway.
When he says he's not going to tell anyone, that's like me saying I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm going to tell like 3 people, but no one past that point.
If they tell other people.
Yeah.
Gola heard and Gola's a gossip.
You don't really have a high enough roll to know exactly who he's going to tell, but you can guess that there are going to be a couple people within his inner circle that are going to know, but he will also tell them not to say anything.
Okay. That's about as,
Gunnar, he's like,
again,
"Yeah,
as
this
good as
guy."
we were gonna get. So, I will leave and find the others.
Then Grandma knows, and she's gonna have her knitting club, and she's gonna let it slip.
Oh, yeah. I overheard something about a halfling committing genocide. And everyone goes, ooh.
Oh yeah, okay, Grandma.
That's impressive. Wish my grandson could do that.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I need to talk to Rickard.
Okay. How about you two do that now while Slanei is talking to Stig?
Yeah.
Also, you guys are a couple blocks out from Stig and Gula's place.
Yeah. Rickard.
Stonk.
I don't suppose you heard about who overheard your conversation last night. Slanei didn't tell you, did he?
No, he did not.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you either, to be fair. But
I'm rocking 12
circumstance.
wisdom right now. I didn't see shit.
What's that?
So I'm rocking 12 wisdom right now. I didn't see shit.
I wasn't going to tell you either, to be fair, but circumstances have changed. Stig, the old man, he knows that, well, I think he believes we were involved in the killing of the king. He's partially right, but I don't want him to... It would not be advantageous for this town if word were to get out.
Well, absolutely, we want to maintain the guise of heroes for these people.
Exactly.
In that your act of regicide would not make you very popular.
No, it would not.
Stonk, are you asking me to kill this man?
I simply want him to be quiet until the siege is over. I don't care how that is achieved.
That's a yes.
That's a yes in Rickard's brain.
Oh no.
I didn't say I wanted him dead. I just said I wanted him silent. Now, do I care how you make him silent? No, but...
for legal purposes, all I asked was for him to be quiet.
yeah.
I am not liable.
Understood.
Yeah. But after that, he'll just be like, he'll nod at you and then he'll walk away.
Now, I will say, if Rickard was a dumber character, he would be like, okay, no questions asked, gonna fucking kill him. That being said, he is rocking pretty high intelligence. He'd probably ask and see if Slanei's got it covered by this point, because he did wander off.
Yeah.
Alright. You can
Or
see that
just
interaction.
keeping an eye on Stig.
You just snipe him. If he so long just opens his mouth, you fire.
Just like wherever Stig goes, you just see in the background Rickard just. I'm watching. I'm reading your lips from afar. I know what shit you're saying.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to. You know when I said what I was going to do
Uh-huh.
for? Let's just add another bullet point. Watching Stig,
Stalking Stig.
stalking Stig.
Got it.
That is a new bullet point. Stalking Stig is now my new hobby.
All right.
Okay.
So is that all?
Yeah, that's all I needed to say.
All right. Slanei,
How's
Tavi,
doing?
and Tyrell.
Yeah.
You each get a letter delivered to Stig and Gullas about offering you guys the ability to help serve and feed food at the mead hall tonight. It's mentioned, like, it'll look good for your image, the people will get to know you, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada.
That's...
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. You all make your way to the mead hall for, I'll say, earlier dinner. At this time, they are serving a similar beef stew as to what we had tonight. However, the portions are much smaller.
No mashed potatoes.
No mashed potatoes. Potatoes aren't even supposed to be in this area in the world. They're American. Potatoes are American. How they got here? Who
Halflings?
knows? Who knows?
I don't
But-
suppose they have any messenger hawks or anything.
They're pigeons, yeah.
Messenger pigeons.
And
Oh, it
ravens.
could be a pigeon. I have beast sense.
Become pigeon.
And that basically
I can
just
imagine
means-
Stonk just being like, okay, I'm a pigeon, and the pigeon just kind of starts doing
Wait a
its own thing.
second.
You're like, wait, fuck.
Stonk.
Control.
Have Gunnar send a reply to Njal and possess the bird on the way
I
there.
can only do it for an hour.
And
Damn.
only within specific distance, right?
No, there's no distance on it, but I only have that sense for an hour.
Mhm.
Constant.
Birds can't go that far.
It takes 10 minutes to cast it too.
Oh, God.
You have to hop on the table and dance.
No, that's true. But I'll do that later.
All right.
Food time.
Thyra is also there and beginning to help people create this stew. So you're all here. I'll say that there are probably around a couple hundred people who are filing in and out of the mead hall, generally unhappy with their portion sizes, but Thyra quite literally says, well, I'll take it back if you fucking want. She gives, I've been working at 7-Eleven for too damn long type feels. She's not necessarily empathetic, but she's trying.
Oh, somebody projecting.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Can I do a thing?
Alright, what do you want to do?
I would like to cast Create Food and Water.
Before you do, how are you going to justify the use of magic in front of everybody? Because remember, you're back in...
Oh, fuck.
You could say it's holy magic.
I can use my channel divinity to just make... No, I can't do
Where did this come from? Nowhere.
Actually, though.
Holy shit! Where'd all this food come from, guys?
Could you
I
just
mean,
add
you
it
could
as
do a-
druid magic? Because the druid magic
You could
is seen
roll-
as more normal. Or more like less...
You can't make food exist and hide it from
Yeah.
starving people.
You could show up Elamace's
So your-
praises.
Your puzzle in this scenario is to figure out how to give food to starving people without ticking them off that it's magical.
Fill
Dude,
the pot more. with
Disguises
more
sleight of hand
normal.
magic tricks.
Sticks hand and stew just starts rising.
Oh my god, it's plain bread!
No,
You grab-
it's worse. If you bland food.
Yep, it's
You grab a tablecloth, fluff it, and as it's going up, you just cast straight food and drinks. Like, whoa, where'd all this come from?
It's a miracle.
Whoa!
Say it's part of the wish to
Oh,
help.
You guys haven't introduced yourself yet.
that's fair.
You could
Be
say,
like,
I am
my wishes
champion of
to help.
Ingvald.
I'm
I
also
got Ingvald
ask
magic.
Ingvald for this food. Make it a little showy.
I mean, yeah, I was planning on being showy, just not for Ingvald.
I mean, if you want to do Elamace, you can. You could say Tavessa.
I just need to figure out a good way to weave it in.
While you're doing that, I will take my potion And I will eat it, and I will say thank you.
You're not there.
Not?
No.
What?
They're volunteering.
Oh,
You're-
This is the thing that...
You're eating
Oh,
gullah
man.
stew.
I'll get my soup then.
Lauren, quick, what is happening with Stig right now?
Right now, Stig is still doing leatherworking. He appears to have been given the explicit orders of making a lot of shoulder pads. Studded shoulder pads.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
He's working.
He's working on it. He's not telling anybody. He's telling anybody.
Is he like needling in the back of the needle? Stonk killed the king.
He writes in Braille.
They're watching.
SOS.
They're watching.
He doesn't know who, and then he begins spelling out Rickard's name. Rickard is watching.
Alright.
Does anyone in this hall have like a holy symbol on it?
Make a perception check.
Yeah. 19.
You notice that as you're serving the stew, like, people come up with like their little wooden bowls and they're like, oh, thank you, thank you. One guy walks up in front of you and holds out his bowl. And you look over at his face. He's got like this platinum short kind of buzzed white hair with a large kind of like scar across his face. And you look at him for a second and you like catch on his like green eyes for a second. You're like, wait a minute, he looks familiar. And you see carved onto his head the rune of Tiwaz, which is the arrow rune. Make a religion check to see if you remember what that means.
You did this. I'm like, oh no, he's one of Dag Finn's
Yeah,
dads.
for a second.
Dag
13.
13. Something about Thor fanatics.
Are you a worshipper of Thor?
And he kind of holds out his bowl. He's like, you could say that. And you hear his voice, and you're like, man, this guy looks kind of
No.
He feels
Thorn?
really familiar.
It can't be foreign.
Is it? It's not Thorn, is it?
No,
Okay.
There's just something like uncannily familiar about him. And you can't pick it up.
Thorn's twin brother? Is it Elon?
The strangest feeling we've met before.
He kind of like looks down at you, purses his lips, and I probably wouldn't remember you.
That's
He
Thor.
holds out his bowl.
Yeah, I put the food on there.
He takes it and walks away.
I failed this somehow.
Bro, you're supposed to be a hero and you failed basic social interaction.
Yeah.
I'm a hero. You forgot about me? Damn, okay. That tracks.
So how do you guys want to summon food? What are you thinking?
You could probably Goodberry.
I could probably good berry.
A gift
That'd be
from
less
Good berries.
suspicious.
Yeah.
a gift
Though-
from the Lord.
You can only do a specific amount of good berries per cast.
10.
10 in one cast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Think so.
A gift
Just a little bowl.
Yes. You see, like, a particularly, like, famished small little child just and comes up and, like, holds up his bowl. You could tell, like, he's a little woozy.
So you just put him out of his movie.
Poison good berry.
Put a Goodberry and soup. He gets like 4 days food at
Yeah.
once.
Just put like a good berry in the soup.
Yeah. So are you, like, secretly dosing people with good berries?
That'd be illegal.
That is illegal, but good.
10 people tonight get really good.
So you pick, or do you, like, pick out 10 specific people? Because that's how much you can do with one spell slot.
He can
You
keep
can
burning.
waste all your spell slots if you want.
You can give that like extra soup portions to the people who need it the most,
Mhm.
or you can give it to the people who would be the most help in the siege.
Right. You could give it to the
Or you can just
able-bodied
do
men,
completely random.
or the sick women and children. Pick one. You can't pick both.
I mean, also,
or you could just do first come, first serve.
This is
Also,
the trolley problem, and
to be-
unfortunately, there's no right answer.
here's the thing: you can
Oh, I
toss
know
it in
there
the
is.
soup, but if you toss it in the soup, they're eating 2 portions.
choose the
They
one
only
person
need
you
the
got.
berry.
They only need one
Yeah,
berry.
sure.
So if you toss it in the soup, they're eating berry and soup, but they only need the berry.
I mean,
They're small portions. just
yeah,
put a bunch
the portions are like one tiny bowl. I don't think one good berry and a tiny bowl of soup is going to make them sick.
I'm just saying you could save that soup for more people.
You could. It's up to
berries into the soup.
Terrell. How do you want to do? How do you want to deal with this? What do you want to do?
Just chuck it into your mouth.
Catch.
Use it as a garnish.
I'm so bad at choices.
Oh, I dislike the answer I've come to.
Wait. What is this spell slots do?
No, that's not the answer I've come to.
How
I
many
just realized
times can I
fixing
cast?
How many
doing my
times can you
45
cast
pounds of
good berry, and how many good berries can you get out of wasting your entire arsenal?
food?
You
While
have to see if you can upcast.
Walter Real's figuring that out,
Yes.
I would like to
Cast light and say the guidance has hit you.
no.
You can't. It doesn't look like you can upcast it.
But you can still sacrifice higher level spell slots. You just get no benefit from it.
Right.
Ow. The town's name is
4.
Beruvik, right? Because I tripped
Four
myself
fruits.
up earlier on accident.
We are in the Braebær, but it
Okay.
is Beruvik.
Burn?
Yeah.
Let's see. How many spell slots do you have in total?
While like handing out food.
4, 3, 7, 10, 12,
120.
120 good berries.
I could feed 120
That's
people.
all in one day, and it will exhaust you.
Ah!
There's 120 people who don't need.
You also probably have other things to do today. They do last for 24 hours, though.
stock.
But then I read that if it isn't continued the next day, they feel like the effects of not eating. Is that not?
No,
No.
the berries just wither away after
Yeah,
24
the
hours.
berries just are ineffective.
Yeah. They become raisins and have no nutritional value.
Just like
Become
real
bad
I
raisins.
could like cut it in half and do like 60.
Nah.
Good berry becomes bad raisin.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were gonna cut the physical berry in half. I'm like, no, you can't do that.
Do 60
Servings.
people, and then just like
Keep the high level stuff.
do it as like the most sickly like women and children probably, because I don't really like, I'd feel more empathetic about that, especially the child.
Yeah.
Like, here's a magic berry.
And he's just like, oh, thank you, druid lady. And you see, like, he'll sit down, like, with his large family, and then he eats that, and, like, his eyes, like, brighten up again. Like, his posture's back. Like, there's that childlike glint in his eye again. Him and his siblings are, like, giggling and laughing again. So for today, they're okay, and you've done a good thing.
Yay.
So how's Slanei gonna fuck it up?
Oh boy.
Go for it, Slanei. Now they have the energy to riot.
Accidentally
Speaking-
burns down the Braebær.
Well, speaking of ruining the energy in here,
Oh no.
as like Slanei's gonna like as like most of the people have already gone through the line. Good people of Beruvik.
Half of them aren't even listening and just keep walking. But you have, like, a couple eyes just like, I have nothing better to do but listen to this.
Get up the stage!
We are the
Halfling slur.
the champions that won Ingvald's tournament on your behalf. And as such,
Praise us.
we don't see the need for everyone to be hungry, and I'm going to cast food and water.
Do persuasion check with advantage.
17
Oh.
or 17 plus 5 is 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
You see all of their eyes, like, light up for some, just for an instance. And then you see one woman's whose eyes, like, kind of light up, but they do it in, like, a Karen-y rage way.
You what, dear?
I waited until after she had her food to do this.
Well, as you cast it and pointed out, you hear in the audience a couple people mumble under their breaths, seed matter, which basically means, like, magic man, and it's derogatory. They're again calling you gay.
I like your funny words, magic man.
Would you mind speaking up so everyone can hear you?
Seed mother, as someone does.
And food, water.
You have, like, most of them, I'll say because you rolled so high, accept it. However, there are some people who straight up refuse, no matter how much they have or have not ate, to take the food.
Then that's on them.
All right. Anything else?
You'll come to within 5 days.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of big boy words, but I'm just not good at talking.
Unfortunately, it is like mashed potatoes. That's Slanei is summoned like 45 pounds of mashed potatoes.
It's
Yeah,
still a lot of mashed potatoes.
it's hearty. High in.
Did you even summon
Protein.
gravy?
Did you even give it salt, or is it just
Bland.
No, the description of it is
it's
bland. So I'm like, mashed potatoes is a
Mashed
bland
potatoes
food.
bread, probably.
Yeah.
You get mashed potatoes and hardtack.
But luckily for them, nutritional beneficial.
I'm gonna shit bricks.
Also, it summons water, but you don't have containers. What do you do with that water?
Splash.
Do you summon it on the Karen?
Maybe next time, not this time.
I can't.
Do we just hear a
follow up.
splash outside?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. It is like a
I hardly
splash
know
of.
what to read in front of people.
Like sometimes like jugs
fair?
inside and whatnot, like barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Fill all their water cups.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wasting. I don't know how to talk.
Just say what you'd say.
I can't.
Okay.
All right. That will be all for serving / feeding people food. You guys, I'd say, succeeded
Yes.
in that
yes.
regard. Congratulations. You haven't pissed off everybody.
Well done.
Only
Um,
some of them.
Only the Karens.
Up next, Stonk. Are you just sitting in Laris's room? Are you reading books in the library? What are you
Are
doing?
you upgrading your reading level?
Yes, are you?
I'm studying strategy.
Are you looking through the dictionary?
We're looking at the strategy books. I understand these pictures.
I don't. What
There's
are the
words
s-
underneath them.
What do the circles, triangles, and X's mean again?
Stonk, are you
I
going
keep
to
having to look at the legend every 5 seconds.
are you going to the dictionary to figure out what endorse means?
Stonk studies up on the map and the outlands of Beruvik, and then he realizes, oh shit, this is 100 years out of date.
Ah. I'll still use it like it's true.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
You eventually get a letter.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And it basically asks you, like, hey, Stonk, you're a big, strong man, and let's just say the firewood is frozen. Put those muscles to good use.
How did the firewood get frozen? Let's go find out.
They didn't store it properly.
Well, they're using it all so fast.
They had to make new
They
firewood.
have to get more firewood.
They went bark side up.
So, Stonk, you make your way over to, not necessarily like by the wall, but just kind of near a clearing area that has been shoveled out. So there are a variety of people attempting to split frozen logs of wood, with massive segmented trees being dragged in by the bundle over the shoulder of a large hunchbacked troll with a large scar over his face.
Is that one of the trolls?
Yes. He brings in these massive logs and then just drops them down in the center and then begins to walk back towards the wall where you can assume he's going to be collecting more. Stonk, the wood is frozen, making it extremely difficult to split. Cutting through, you're basically cutting through. Yeah, as you're cutting through frozen wood, it's not even like wood you're cutting through. You're cutting through ice, reinforced by wood at this point. So, would you like to do a quick perception check just to kind of check what's around you, and then we'll get to the athletic checks to see how well you can cut wood.
Sure.
He's
Perception.
gonna hit an innocent bystander.
He's gonna hit the troll and make it
What's
higher.
that say?
3.
Oh, great. 5.
All right. You look around, you don't really notice anyone in particular. You're just kind of like, oh boy, my muscles. Like I haven't.
Muscles.
I need to work out. I
Involuntary
haven't done any shoulder day in a while. This'll
I've been
help
a little
out.
busy. To be
You've been
fair.
a little busy. So they hand you one of the larger axes that's kind of quite heavy. And could you please make 3 athletics checks for me?
Athletics?
Athletics.
Man, and I have
One,
plus
2.
7. There's no way I could roll that bad. 8, 14, 13. So lowest was a 15.
Okay.
Highest was a 21.
All right. So it's a little bit
15,
more difficult.
20, 21.
It's a little bit more difficult mainly because, this is such a small axe, right? Like compared to your side. You're
It's
not
human
used to it.
size.
So the first one, the 15 you get, you still successfully chop the wood in half, but as you do, like, it kind of, like, slips a little from under you, and you almost, like, chop into your leg, but overall, you're fine. Feet shoulder width apart. Instead of, like, bringing it down on the axe, what you do is you kind of hold it right by the wedge of it, and as you drop it down, you lower your grip, and it cuts it in half.
Yep.
You notice that there is one other person who is, I'll say, proficient at chopping this wood. For the most part, most of the men in Beruvik are very much struggling.
Mm-hmm.
However, only until you are almost done with your job that you notice somebody kind of kept up with you in the amount of chopped wood that they got.
Who was it?
Elric's father.
Oh boy.
You give him a quick little glance, and he is not making any effort to talk to anybody, but he's getting his work done.
Okay. Is there any way I could, like, shuffle my chopping closer to him?
Make a stealth check.
You just pick up Rufians and just
No,
walk
you
one
pick up
over.
the giant log, put it down next to him. Hey, buddy, it's a spot taken.
I mean, that's basically what I'm not going for stealth. I'm just like, hey, can I move my workstation closer to him?
I'll
so I'm
say
not
do a
shouting?
stealth just so you don't make it so, like,
Everyone
obvious.
notices?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Do a social talent check.
Well,
I was just not rolling at all. 9.
All right, so you move your station over, and I'll say you get a few stray eyes noticing that you're moving a little bit closer towards him. He notices as well, kind of like pointing his uncaring glare at you, and just kind of huffs to himself and keeps working.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep chopping wood, but I'll start a conversation on the side. Oh god, this is gonna be so weird. I don't know what to expect from this guy.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
So I'm chopping wood, so... So you're Elric's father, aren't you?
Kind of like glares up at you for a second. And he keeps working.
He didn't answer?
Nope.
Okay.
plot twist, he's mute.
Shit.
His tongue was cut off. Every time you ask him a question, he gets really sad because he can't respond.
He wants to.
He's actually a very friendly person.
Right?
He was too friendly, that's why they cut off his tongue.
The joke is he's not even bullshitting.
I don't want to get involved in whatever family issues you have with him. But I was curious. He said that you were trapped in a tower for a long time. How'd you leave?
And he chops through another thing of wood. It doesn't go all the way through, so he grabs it and just splits it in front of you, throws it to the side, and keeps working.
Okay, can I do...
You want to upshow him?
Can I upshow him? I'm just not even going to, wedge anything in there. I'm just going to rip it apart.
Let's go. You're going to rip through the
You don't even
ice reinforced
You don't
by
even
wood
use
fibers.
an axe. You just tear the tree apart.
Oh god, I really hope I don't fuck up this roll.
Really funny if you fuck up this roll, though.
Especially if it's really bad.
Yeah, if it's really bad,
You
it's
get a
gonna be
splinter.
embarrassing.
Get injured.
Yeah, I don't want to use my rage though. Could you imagine?
Rolls a 12.
Kills all the able-bodied men.
Pulls Elric aside, so I may have had an issue with your dad.
Oh, 23.
Oh, so he splits it right in front of you, and you're just like, oh, silly. And you just kind of look at him and you give him the smolder.
The smolder.
And you swear for a split second that his eyebrows raise for a second, but then he goes back to work again.
Who the fuck needs an axe?
Yeah.
He didn't respond to my question about him leaving the tower though.
No.
Oh god, I gotta keep doing this conversation on one side.
You gotta be more aggressive.
Gain his respect.
God, tell him you're
Still
a
doesn't
man.
want to talk to you.
You just gotta have like.
I can see that you don't want to talk right now, so how about I just spitball ideas and you can tell me if I'm right. Just a simple nod, yes or no.
He sighs.
Jesus Christ, this is what I signed up for. I just want to cut wood because so no one would talk to me.
Did Ingvald free you from your prison?
Did anyone ever teach you when to shut up?
No.
He picks up his log and he moves away from you.
Damn. This isn't working.
Be persistent. Come on.
Follow him. Keep going.
Follow him.
He told you I grew up in the tower, and like, oh, so you grew up in prison. You cultists hate it there.
I did assume that, yeah. You're right.
Your inner Slanei is telling you to follow him.
I find this.
The little devil on your shoulder is Slanei.
Yes.
Do it. Follow him. Pester him.
I
Show
find
him
this
the boss.
super entertaining. Elric is in the corner where he's just shivering for no reason.
Yeah. He feels the heebie-jeebies.
I didn't mean to offend.
Are you following him as he's moving?
Please say
I'll
yes.
follow him
Yeah,
with
sure.
the holding your log.
It's just that, well, I assume you're here to help, are you not?
Do you want something?
I simply want to know what happened. Ingvald seems to think that you are the Grand Wish.
He laughs a little bit to himself and says, if you want help from my family, then I advise you to learn when to shut your mouth and just let the women do the work. Woo!
Women, they get things done. Oh, God.
Stonk, 9 wisdom, does not get the social cue.
Nope.
My dad's a charmer.
Yeah. Oh. I need to continue this conversation. I just need to think about what to say.
You don't have to!
No, I need to.
You have to win.
I must win every conversation I'm a part of. You know what? I don't think I'm getting anything out of this old man.
Stonk just stands there, he's like, oh.
I lost the conversation.
Well, he said if you want things done, you have to let the women do it. So now you know who you need to talk to.
That's a good point. I should go talk to the women.
Do it.
Alright.
We'll save that for later.
We'll see
Moving
that
on.
later. Oh no.
After you guys are feeding everyone, I'll say this is kind of happening like at the same time as you guys are feeding them. So it's just like when Tyrell is like in charge, you know, throwing those good berries in for everyone. When Slanei was in charge, he like put in on like that little show. Tavi, you just minded your own damn business and
I'm
just
still
did
recovering.
your work. But while they are serving, I'll say you guys are probably moved over to the other side of the mead hall where they are treating the sick. You guys notice that Thyra is once again helping, but at this time she is, brewing herbal remedies after you guys take over, like serving the stew and stuff. And she's actually taking more jewelry sacrifices as she carries around a small metal pot, which people throw their jewelry into, and she taps with her finger and it glows slightly red as everything melts in it. Some people are reluctant to give up their jewelry. Nice. What are you guys looking for? You guys are looking for people in particular. Are you looking for the sick children, the sick wives? Are you looking for the are you going to save the old men no one cares about? Are you going to save the able-bodied people? Like who are you aiming for helping out?
How many people are in here?
I'll say that right now there are, I'll say 20 people who are sick, as in it's more than a cold.
Am I there?
No.
Minerable.
Oh wait, no.
That's my one
Oh no,
thing.
you did agree. So at this
That's
time
my
you
one
get
thing.
yeah. So you do get a letter as well, because I also noticed you signed up for this as well. So you're also there as well, and I can say you're probably helping Thyra with the herbal remedies, and you're like, oh, maybe we should put in this thing, and then she's just like, how dare you like touch my herbal recipe, and then she's like, oh, never mind. He knows what he's talking about.
It smells worse, so it must be better for them.
Could you roll me a nature and a medicine check?
Nature? I'm a medicine man. Okay, here's nature. 13.
Okay.
That wasn't a roll. Okay, medicine is +5. 18.
18. Okay, yeah, so like I said, the Thyra originally, opposes you helping or getting involved in her herbal remedies, but you quickly prove, Elric knows what he's talking about. You need a little bit of familiarization with some of the herbs that are more native to this area, but for the most part, you know what you're doing, and you actually get, like, a nod of, like, approval from Thyra, and Tyrell, you notice this from a distance, you're like, I've never seen that before.
I focus on an old man with blood problems, because that's my one gimmick, because I know how to deal with cholesterol.
Alright. What about you three?
I want to focus on people that are like in critical condition.
Okay. Tavi, you notice while looking around you, like, critical condition, who's, oh god, and you see, an older man in the corner. He is kind of curled up into, like, a little bit of a fetal position up against the wall, just cradling his arm, rocking himself back and forth.
Is that disease or something deeper than that?
Maybe you should go check.
Yeah, maybe I
I
should.
think 5 points of...
5 points of lay on hands is disease or poison.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. Can't heal depression with that.
So, do you approach him just to see what's wrong, or do you approach him and immediately just, like, touch him on the shoulder?
Just see what's wrong.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be-
Can you do a quick perception check then?
Prescription. 15?
15? Okay, and then can you do a medicine check?
Do I have good medicine? That's
Wisdom.
wisdom. Oh.
No, wait. Medicine is intelligence.
No, it's wisdom.
Medicine's wisdom.
Oh.
F. Okay. 11.
So you look at this man and you get a better look at his arm. He appears to be in grave pain. And as, like, you kind of approach him, he opens up a little bit and you see his fingers and most of his hand are blackened with frostbite.
Oh.
And he kind of looks up at you and he's just like, oh, who are you?
Can I just say what he said? Sorry. Yeah.
Just like introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Tavi. I'm here to help with what's bothering you.
He kind of like pulls out his arm and pulls his hand and says, please, it hurts.
Frostbite isn't disease.
That's probably like a regeneration to fix that.
Yeah, because once that is like, when the skin is black, it's like that's dead.
Yeah.
You might need to chop those finkies off and then cast a quick cure wounds.
Can I call over Thyra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She like puts down her pot, and as she puts it down, like, Slanei, you are right next to her, and it still has the effects of heat metal on it, so she puts it on the table and kind of and burns, puts a burn ring on the table, and she begins to walk over. She's like, what's the Uni, how's your arm doing? It's like, it's still black and painful. And she kind of looks towards you, she's like, you got anything for it?
Am I smart enough to know it's dead? Like, I don't know.
You rolled a good perception check, but not the best medicine check. So you would know, like, what you see. It looks like dead skin, but you don't know the proper way to address it.
Okay.
Can I roll a medicine check?
I'm saying for the sake of role playing, you guys are all rotating off who's feeding and then who's helping the people. So I'll say you're busy helping the people out right now, giving them food, putting on your little show, and Tavi's helping.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my voice down just so he doesn't hear it. And just like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can heal all of that. I'm not sure what you usually do in cases like this.
Do you know how to use a bone saw?
Oh god, I do! Oh god, I do! Yeah.
And then she kind of like looks over to him. If you have anything for the pain, I can go grab one.
Out here.
Alric,
Alcohol? Can we?
Yes, you can.
I will say this. Alec's over the corner and his specialty is blood loss.
I don't think this is blood loss.
You chop off fingies.
If
Oh,
it's dead,
Dead,
it will
it's
bleed.
dead. You actually have to cut off.
You have to cut off
You
above.
have to cut off
Would
the
you
live
cauterize
tissue.
it?
Yeah, probably.
If you leave any dead on there, that's dead. You got cut off like live,
If I just,
right past the
If
dead.
I pump all of the lay on hands, does it
Gotta
just
get rid
kind
of
of
that gangrene.
You could just
Oh,
smite.
You can put some lay on hands in there just to kind of heal the pain. Because our argument as to how healing magic works is that, it heals it, but it doesn't remove. Like, say I were to stab Slanei in the heart. You heal the wound. His heart is still, damaged, but he's okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So if I chopped off the arm,
Yeah.
I could get it to at least
you
stop
could heal
bleeding.
him back, yeah.
Okay.
You're not
Because-
going to regenerate an arm.
No,
but
I
you
cannot
can
regenerate.
cauterize,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Okay.
You could stop it from killing him.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll look at Thyra's. I'm gonna get him something to drink.
She goes, fair enough. And she will exit out of the room and retrieve that bone saw.
Alright, I'll skedaddle and find men some strong alcohols.
You are easily able to find that because at this point in the apocalypse, they're trying to keep it safe. Like, they're trying to hold on to it. But alcohol's a good sedator. So they'll allow it in this case.
Okay.
So you begin to hand it to him, and he actually instinctively reaches out with his bad hand and goes, and then goes and grabs with his other and begins drinking. And he needs some assistance drinking, so you're probably helping him hold it so he doesn't spill the meat all over himself.
Mhm.
But Thyra comes back with the bone saw, not even hiding it. So the man just sees it. He's like, "What's that for? What's that for?" And then Thyra looks seriously. Should we take him outside?
Hippity hoppity, arms my property.
The cold would dilate the vessels.
No, constricted.
Yeah, that's true.
constricted.
That's good still.
That's good.
Yeah, actually, that might be a good idea.
But you don't want them out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No.
First you ice it, then you cauterize it.
Then you get some shock.
Good charisma to tell him it's not going to be that
Persuade deception.
Ella,
bad.
On a scale from 1 to 10, it's going to be about a 30.
it'll be a 12.
Can Thyra back me up?
It'll be
She has
awful.
negative charisma. She's literally brought. She showed him the bone saw when she walked
Yeah,
in.
okay,
She cannot help
fair
it.
This is my favorite bone saw.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
sh-
use it today.
I sharpened it yesterday.
Okay.
Who's ready?
Perception,
Go ahead.
16.
Plus.
He kind.
No, it's 12 plus
Oh,
4.
Yeah. He you kind of reach out on your shoulder. You're like, hey, it's gonna be okay. And he kind of looks up at you, and with his trusting eyes, he's like, okay.
Oh,
Put the opposite your back for a second.
it's not gonna be
Keep drinking. You eventually take him outside, and then Thyra says, hey, you. And then
I come
she'll
as well.
summon you outside as well.
Are we gonna give her like a little?
And she looks over to Trill, and she's just like, keep an eye on them, make sure they don't steal anything. She walks out.
Are we gonna give him like a wooden spoon or something
in
so he doesn't bite
charge.
his tongue off?
This is
Yeah, probably.
women are in charge.
I will grab a wooden spoon on the way
They
out.
get things done.
Elric grabs a spoon or some sort of bit for
Then he's,
the man to bite down on. While this is all occurring outside, Tavi, because you are the one most likely using the bone saw, I would like you to make a medicine check with advantage because you know how to use it.
I will hold it.
And then you, I would like you to also make a medicine check just to, because I'll say this. Tavi, you're cutting off the wound and then you will heal it. I'll say you are probably in charge of cauterization then.
I don't have flame magic.
They
I-
have
I
have
have-
access to flame. Yeah, you get a torch.
Just run over to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Just like, here we go.
I know how to use a surgical knife.
Yeah.
Alright.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, okay. At least that was advantage. It's still 12.
Okay.
21.
Okay. I'll say
Wait.
Tavi.
Medicine?
Yes.
24.
Okay, even better.
Tavi. Thyra Well, you are preparing the bone saw, and you are, getting the herbal remedies ready and preparing to cauterize it when time comes. Thyra is focusing on holding the man down. Tavi...
He lets up for a second. He shifts.
Tavi, yeah, that's basically what happens. You get to the bone, and you forget, damn, this is a thick-ass bone.
It's built for tough.
He's
What am I
screaming out.
sawing through?
You're son...
Oh,
Yeah.
Both things down here.
Yeah,
Yep.
you are cutting through his forearm at the moment.
Oh god.
Oh, that's 2 bones.
It's 2 bones.
Well, up here's also 2 bones.
He is letting out
That's one bone.
Oh,
he is letting
I
out
got my
a
body.
shrill cry, and Elric, you're just like, I got this, like I've done this before.
I live farther north. This happens.
Yeah, this shit happens. You are surprisingly calm in this situation as he is letting out his cries.
We need
You
sound
two,
effects.
Slanei and Tyrell, you hear what's going on outside, but however, I would like you to
Crunch.
both make perception checks to make sure no shenanigans occur while Thyra is gone.
Oh no.
Oh no!
12. I think it's also
10. You probably should have just given each other advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too late.
So, you two are a little too distracted by the screams, and so are everyone else, until, Tyrell, you realize a handful of your good berries are gone.
Oh, well, shit.
Someone's gonna have the absolute shit.
We'll know who it is in 12 to 36 hours.
Alright?
Yeah, fuck.
They eventually the arm is completely off. Thyra grabs it and she puts it in her pot.
Into the soup.
And then,
We can't waste anything.
Quick, I want someone cast remove.
after the arm is removed, Tavi, you put your hand on his arm and cast,
Which
I'm
arm?
assuming, lay on hands.
Yeah.
Which you notice, and you notice as well as you hold the flame up to it, you see the skin kind of begin to seethe and kind of like weave itself back together.
How many
Yes.
points of lay on hands do you think that would be?
I'd say 5.
5? Alright.
Wow.
Now you can have
It's a
still hit.
commoner.
And I can
Yeah.
still heal 7 people.
There you go.
I'll drop a cure wound, just the baby one.
Alright, sounds
Cancer
good.
is actually over regeneration.
He, at this point, is just breathing heavily. He was pretty well sedated. You did a really good job on the medicine check and gave him a lot of alcohol. So they eventually bring him back inside, wrap up, Elric, you wrap up the wound, and you give him a little taste of blood-thinning tea.
I could have cast guidance.
Yeah. You know what? Next time you have to cut off somebody's arm, you can do that.
We're in a cold spot.
Anyway.
1d4
You
is the
two-
difference between
Life
a miserable cutting experience and
Yeah, Tavi, you're
at least it
absolutely
went through in
traumatized
one-
from this.
in
You're
one
never
go.
getting over this.
I just watched the Puppet Pal episode about this. It wasn't pleasant.
oh the puppet history one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That one's good. I don't think Lauren's seen it yet.
Tyrell, do you tell Thyra that stuff was stolen, or you keep moving?
They were your berries.
Yeah, I'm not telling. She's gonna get angry at people, and they don't deserve that.
Okay.
They're just hungry. It's not their fault.
Okay. Sounds good. Tavi, I'll say you use up all but one of your lay on hands. Everyone else is still sick, but it's not justifiably use lay on hands for it, right? It's just like a flu, we'll monitor this. If it gets worse, you'll use it. Okay.
I get all of it back after a long rest day.
All right, perfect.
It's really want to hear what I did say.
We
heard-
are
I've
all
heard enough.
we are all covered in blood.
Sounds worse than what's just
Can we
my
just-
head.
Chuck the hand out back. Like, what are we doing with
No,
it?
went into the pot.
It went into the pot with all the jewelry sacrifices.
Oh.
Okay.
It's been melted
Did
down.
it smell?
Did he give us
Yeah.
a dead arm like a high five on the way out though?
How
would.
long does he last before he passes out?
I'll say a couple minutes.
Probably for the
High
best.
five, we did it. Boop.
Because it's frostbitten, it's just like,
You better have a badass prosthetic to show up in the final fight.
fuck yeah.
You know,
He's important now. I hope you understand this, Lauren.
All
What
right.
was his name again?
Uni Odson.
I like him because it rhymes with Oogie, and that's good enough for me.
What is it with you people in Uni Oogie?
Ulik.
Ulik.
What's with you and Stonk?
That's a good
That's-
question.
yeah.
actually.
Honestly, that's a better question.
All right. Up next, Tavi and Stonk. You both receive a letter saying, hey, the Western Wall needs some reinforcements and could use your help. We're reinstalling a second layer of stakes along the wall we suspect to be, siege drum.
Do we get to clean off the blood first?
Yeah. You have time. There are, multiple hours between these.
So, that is true.
I'll even say, this can happen, the next day. We'll just say that this is all things happening over the next, few days.
Oh.
So, repairing and reinforcing the wall, you guys, all head over to the area that is being reinforced, and similarly, the Western Wall is, being helped out by another one of the large trolls, one of the lanky one with an underbite. Is pushing the sharpened tree logs upright and ramming them into the ground to be secured to the walls next to it. So you have one of 3 jobs. You could be sharpening the stakes, you could be securing them, or you could be holding them in place or reinforcing them, basically. What would you guys like to do?
Sharpening the stakes. What were they again? Sharpening?
You can sharpen the stakes, you can be the one that helps push it in the ground, or you can be the one to help tie it to the stakes next to it.
Probably not tying for me. So I'll either be the one sharpening or putting them into the ground.
Do I know what kind of checks are those?
It's all gonna be the same. It doesn't matter.
Um,
It's just how you're helping.
Do you like weaving or Sharpie?
Sharpie?
Make stick sharp.
Tommy,
I don't think it's tying skill to that.
you put your maul behind and have to use an axe. So, are you sharpening it then?
Yeah.
Alright. So what happens is, the large, lanky troll with the big, heavy underbite just plops down the shaved, tree trunks down where you and a couple other people, heave them off to the side and begin sharpening the tops and bottoms. Stonk, you are, when the troll kind of lifts them up and begins to ram them into the ground, you are making sure he rams it in the right place. So you're just kind of, you aren't pushing it down you aren't pushing it down, but you are, making sure it lands in the right spot. I would like both of you to make 3 athletics checks.
Okay.
General athletics. Oh no, athletics.
Oh, triple 18.
Oh!
So that's 25
Damn.
for all 3 of them.
It's a perfectly
This is-
straight wall.
Okay. I have a...
I don't think that could be beat, really.
Trump would be proud.
I
I
have
mean,
an
triple
11.
20s.
Uh-huh.
A 17 and a 22.
The wood is frozen, so it starts off a little bit difficult. So you're kind of hacking away at the wood, just a little bit of chink at a time, and eventually some older gruff man just kind of takes it. Let me show you how to do it, and then he kind of guides you in doing it. He's a little mean about it, but he's not hurt. He's not
Just the old man mean.
yeah, he's old man mean, and he helps you out. And then Tavi's a smart boy. He picks it up, and then sooner or later he kind of pats you on the back. He's like, "Nice work, kid." And then you get a little bit. You get a little bit of validation from dad energy.
Oh.
Is Tavi good at it because he's witnessed it, or is he too afraid to mess up?
Meanwhile, Stonk, you notice that this troll is impatient as hell. He lifts up the log. He wants to put it down.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a mixture of hey buddy, bring it over here, and kind of leading it in the right direction, you inevitably share the same brain cell with him for a couple moments and are able to kind of put it in the ground. So well, as a matter of fact, that the people who are securing and tying them together are a little bit behind.
We're too good at our jobs.
Yep, too good at your
That is
jobs.
true. I'll want to chat with Tavi later on, but probably not until we're done working on the wall.
Okay, yeah, that's
We're
all
not-
I got, so.
Yeah, we're not exactly working together. So unless Tavi wanted to do anything before then,
Probably not.
Old man isn't there, is he?
Nope.
then once we're all done, I'll have a chat with Tavi.
Yeehaw.
How are you taking the news?
I don't believe it. I still don't.
And if it's true?
Then I want to get to Odell first.
Will you be able to fight against him?
Fighting isn't what I want to do, but if I have to break one of his legs, I guess I will. I won't kill him. Not until I have answers.
And the soldiers from Galethorpe? They will not hesitate against you.
I know.
I believe Odell will hesitate for you. I don't think he'll hesitate for me. For both your sakes, I recommend you get to him quickly.
Sorry.
He just kind of nods and it's probably the end of it.
We've had 2 conversation sessions about a party member killing someone.
Hey, I didn't ask either of them to kill anyone. I just said,
Do it
hey,
quickly.
deal with that person before I have to deal with that person.
Which means killing them.
Which might or might not mean killing that person. There's a lot of room for, subtlety and
How many people are you going to orphan this campaign, Stonk?
We're gonna need to count.
They're about to make Petunia thrice orphaned.
Yeah. That's illegal right there. Once orphaned, understandable, mistakes happen. Twice,
Series
I
of
don't know.
unfortunate
Series of
events.
unfortunates. 3 times, come on, man.
You're asking for it.
Is that all for you two then?
Yeah. If Tommy doesn't have anything else to say.
That's it. He doesn't have a whole lot that he wants to say to Stonk right now.
Alright. Stonk. Record.
Stonk and record.
Inevitably, you two decide that you need to talk to Gunnar.
Oh boy.
You two make your way down to Gunnar's estate, where he is bombarded by questions from Sven, Thyra, various other people, including Ethan, who seems to be butting herself into any situation she can. At this point, you guys have realized, I'll say just through your knowledge of knowing Gunnar, is that he is 44 years old. Meaning that he was only 14 when the Goliath skirmishes occurred. And a lot of the soldiers who fought in the Goliath skirmishes were from Beruvik. He was 1 year away from being involved in that skirmish, but he was too young.
Mm-hmm.
He has... You both know that he has no experience with battle or war outside of the stories his father told him when he was a kid. He is clueless as what to do. And yeah. So would you guys like to confront Gunnar more head on, or are you more interested in asking him questions? Do you guys want to focus more on research? Like, what do you guys want to do?
What's your preference?
Ooh.
Because as much as I would like to lecture him on military strategy, Stonk is not a strategist in the slightest,
So maybe
and so it would be
Rickard's doing that.
completely out of character for me to
Yeah.
go up to him and say, "Here's what you should do with your
See,
strategy."
Ricker would be good at that, but Edison doesn't know shit about military strategy.
I can give you some
You could just say Rickard
tidbits
does
to
it.
use,
Yeah.
and then you can implement them.
Go ahead.
To start off with, I think we should ask, what is his main strategy?
Yeah.
What is his game plan when the siege comes to the walls? What is he planning to do?
Okay.
Start off with what he knows, and then we can beat the shit out of him for, the stupid choices he makes.
Gunnar mentions how, he mentions 100 years ago, Laris the Defender was known for defeating the armies of Daskafel
Okay.
by dropping objects and liquids on top of the oncoming attackers who had no idea how to get past the wall.
Yeah.
Gunnar says and states, referencing some books that he read, how he's heard of these things called siege engines, and he fears that this time they will come a little more prepared for the wall.
Okay.
Sven mentions how, we have a couple druids who are supporting us here in Beruvik. we don't know how many druids are helping out Hilda. And druids, as we know, can feed and heal a lot of the soldiers, which would allow them to survive outside of the wall for much longer.
So
Priority targets have been.
Yeah, the druids are
siege
priority
units
targets.
and druids. I had a question.
Yes.
Siege units. What type are we dealing with, and how are they being transported?
Gunnar, I say he kind of like brings
What
up.
he's predicting.
Yeah, he predicts that it's going to be smaller scale because of the winter, makeshifty as in they build it when they're camping out.
Yeah, it's often.
So it'll probably stuff like battering rams, that sort of shit, but nothing huge.
So it would just be like small wheeled stuff that
Yeah.
they would build at the site.
Yes.
Honestly, with a little bit of guerrilla tactics, we can just have somebody run in, like set things on fire, then run out.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
We had a lot of good ideas on how to sabotage them while they're camping out. It was the pour water on them.
Yeah, we're gonna pour water and all of them freeze them.
While they're sleeping, throw buckets of water on them and run away. The other idea that you guys had, I think, was using beast scents to spy on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that you also wanted to scribe, like, if you made friends with, or made a friend within Elric's family to scry on them.
Yeah.
Cause an avalanche.
Create bonfire on siege engine.
Yeah.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
If it's built out of wood, it's gonna catch on fire. Alright, continuing on, so
Freeze it
druids
as well.
can
Yeah.
feed the army. What's after that? Because that's not really the strategy for how to beat it. It's just,
Yeah, they're just kind of,
That's
I'm just telling you, this is like what concerns, like, he's bringing up.
Oh,
His
yeah.
concern is, like, you know, originally, because what we did last time was we just held our own until they were exhausted.
Mhm.
He fears that that won't be as easy because he doesn't know how many druids they have.
Okay.
He says another option,
Well,
And
I know
he kind
Michael now.
he kind of becomes like really grim while saying this, is that to preserve food, water, and other materials, they could eject citizens. But he seems to brush over that like that is a last resort. I don't want to do that. But if we need to, we might have to.
Alright, send out the sick first. Hopefully we give them a cold.
Yeah, Stonk is just like, okay, yeah, that's a stupid idea. And if he like seriously considered it, I would have said something. But if he's just kind of going like,
it's like that's a last resort. He brings it up like that's a last resort if we're dying.
then I won't get on his case unless he makes that like.
Another thing he brings up is, however, while the ground is made of, the ground is frozen, it would be very difficult to build ditches. He proposes building, snowdrifts out of snow and then freezing them to reinforce them, just to create, an even more difficult terrain for them to approach the city. So if they do have siege weapons, they wouldn't be able to drive it on flat ground.
Absolutely. That's, yeah.
Make a bunch of ice bricks and just lay them everywhere.
I would say that is smart, as far as, for, the pathway leading up to the gate. Definitely should do that, because that'll make it difficult for siege trains. Though you do not want to make too many snowdrifts, because that will give, cover to them.
Right.
Which will make it easier for them to defend on the outside.
Stonk is stupid. Rickard says that.
Yes.
You want to build them cover, and you see Gunnar go,
It's a smart idea for blocking the siege engines. It's
Yeah.
a terrible idea for, everywhere else along the wall, because then you can't hit them.
Right.
It might just be fun, just dig a leg-sized hole here and there, maybe strip
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely, I'm just going to say this as, a general thing. Traps. Traps.
Yeah, everyone
Traps,
seems
traps.
to kind of agree on the
Pitfall
trapping.
spikes will fill with snow.
However, it's
and then they won't
Gunnar
see
and Sven bring up, the ground is frozen. Digging trenches, we have to be very particular of where we put these traps, because
You
we're
have
not going to be able to
mold earth?
create many.
You have mold earth. Okay, so that solves that problem.
Mhm.
We'll have Tyrell go out, for one day and just create traps, because
There's a bunch
We
of
can-
holes.
we can
People
dig
fill them
down
with
through the
what's
snow
needed.
easy enough, and then as soon as we hit the ground, then Tyrell's uses mold earth to get it to
Right.
the pits.
Okay.
Then
But that's another plan that we can do. What else?
We do have a lot of illusion magic on our side here. The hide scent traps.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend you bringing up that idea to Gunnar, because you do not want him to have no idea that this is going to happen until the siege of.
And you might also want to pull him aside and have the conversation about using illusion magic privately, because there will be people who oppose to that, even though it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, we're going back to magic prejudice again.
Yeah, you totally forgot that.
I totally forgot.
It's okay.
We just reach a point in the campaign, we're like, no one cares.
Gunnar, Sven, and Thyra all begin to mention like how there's a large clearing on a hill on the west wall, and a small open slope near the road on the south entrance. The rest of the surrounding area is snowy taiga. Sven mentions that he believes that Hilda will situate her army while Braebær serves as a distraction to split forces and encourage surprise attacks from both west and south entrances.
Okay. West and south entrances.
Just sit Stonk loose on Braebær, and then we put all...
Yeah, Stonk, south entrance. Everyone else on west.
Yeah, so they're expected on what? They're expected to come from the west area or south?
Well, Hilda is expected to come from the west. Braebær is expected to come from the south.
Yeah.
What you could do is have the big boy Elric family handle Hilda and have the trolls handle Braebær.
I'll say Gunnar brings up the fact that one of the ice trolls has access to some form of weather magic. If we wanted to clear the skies for arrows, because if we're only going to be on top of that wall, we need to be able to see them in order to hurt them.
Agreed.
So we can use, her name is Nana, to clear the air while archers rain down on them, and then after that spell is done, you can go back into hiding, resituate, get more arrows, that sort of thing. And then do it over and again.
The one good thing about fighting on a snowy battlefield is that you're going to be able to see everyone
Difficult terrain.
very easily. I mean, that is one thing too. But I mean, it's going to be brown furs, brown leathers, brown whatever on white. So
Counterpoint.
all right.
Because it's snowing so heavily, there is a level of snow blindness outside of like a specific distance.
Yeah, I'm saying that when it
When
is
you see them, you see
clear,
them.
when it is clear,
Yes.
like the sky is clear, it is going to be very easy to pick targets.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be super easy to pick out and shoot. They're going to have no cover, no camouflage, nothing.
Thyra brings up the usage of control weather and states that it can last up to 8 hours. One use of the spell. It's concentration. They're not saying like this word for word, but this is just kind of the concept that she's explaining, is that it can last around 8 hours, and you control the weather within 5 miles of you.
Yeah.
You couldn't make a blizzard their whole way here.
So Gunnar is going to argue that timing, when we use that spell, like, we have to be committed. Because we can't use it again.
Yeah.
I have a question, but I'm not here for
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
You can ask.
Everyone can ask questions.
Right now we're doing like a 4E style...
Rickard has 20 intelligence. Any good ideas you can come up with, just give to Edison.
The control weather, could we change it to where it like is raining over them briefly as well? Can like the weather...
It would just freeze immediately.
Yes, but it would
Okay.
just freeze over and just become sleety.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bad for them.
It's still bad for them, but, you know, it's not going to be as effective for
Okay.
them.
Can we make the storm worse and just
You
wreck
can
them?
change like the condition, which is clear, light clouds, overcast, rain, hail, snow, torrential rain, or blizzard. Then you can also change the temperature, and then you can also change the wind.
Wait, so you can change the temperature. So make it just like 33 degrees so it rains, and then drop it back down to freezing.
And then it ices.
Oh god. And then
Change it
it's
to
icy.
120 degrees and melt them.
That's actually kind of fucked up. Creating a literal ice patch on the field.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Just turn the field into Seattle.
So here's your guys' homework for next session. I'm saying that the outcome of this conversation right here, before next session, I'm going to create a Discord chat for all of you guys to condense and like list out your ideas. The more detailed, the better, which means like the more I can plan for stuff.
Okay.
But right now, everyone's throwing ideas at the wall. by the time we get to next session, you guys will actually be implementing the plans. So right now, everyone's just coming up with ideas. Next session, you guys are implementing it. So
Punji sticks.
so that sound good?
That's unfortunately what I was also thinking.
So yes, making an ice patch on the field is an option. You can do
Oh,
that.
Everyone
No,
collect your
raid
poo. We're
over
making
that.
Punji sticks.
Mhm.
So they're wet.
So
You
they're
can
wet
turn their
and
entire
freeze
base
them.
camp into
Even
icy.
they can dry
An
themselves
icy
off, but that's a
graveyard.
whole set of armor that they have to de-ice.
All the druids are running around no longer healing people. Prestidigitation, dry.
They don't have
Right.
prestidigitation.
Do they not?
No.
Oh, right.
That's not on their thing.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was.
Nope.
There are metalworkers, right? Can they just give us like little boot chains?
You mean like,
Oh, like ice.
Prestidigitation.
well-
A cleric.
Yeah.
It's a
Wizard
it's
source.
arcane one.
While they're prestidigitating people, I've got like the. I
Well,
got
then,
my
yeah.
+8 to
Yeah,
the
we'll see
shooting.
the targets.
All this, like,
yeah, Rickard is going to be on top of that wall murdering people with the ice roll.
I am targeting druids.
Yeah.
I'm a druid.
Tyrell is going to be standing
Side
there
row.
watching all the druids die, and you're just going to be like, man, I'm glad I'm on this side.
They're not. It's men and druids. It's fine.
Actually, you made a good
Right,
point.
right, Lauren.
I would like to, while I'm in this town, over the next few, I need, they call them something, crumpets or something.
Yes. Crampons.
Crampons. I want crampons made in Stonk size, so
Okay.
that when I need to take the field, I don't want to have disadvantage from walking on fucking ice.
They give, okay, so you immediately tell Gunnar, it's just like, hey, we got to put in like an order for a bunch of crampons, and then Gunnar's just like, good idea, on it.
I'll take the
For the
difficult
elite-
terrain, but I don't want to like
At
suffer
least enough for like the
disadvantage.
elite soldiers.
Right.
Yeah,
The
the
actual
people who are going to be
soldiers.
charging, like me and probably Tavi and
Tyrell maybe.
Look,
If I did, I might
Also-
be a bear, so it's fine.
Bear crampons.
Maybe also get like
I think if you're buried, you're fine.
You can,
a little leather.
I would
backpack
still
to
get
just
some
hold
for
Slanei
Tyrell
in.
because you can choose to not like absorb them into
Slanei's
your
not
bear
fast,
form,
but
so
he's
when you're knocked out, you'll
one
still
of
have
those
them.
useful melee combat thing. I think.
But yeah, crampons
Wild shapes
is a
into
good thing to
lobster.
grab.
I'll say that Gunnar would probably also quote unquote charge you guys for them, so I'll figure out like, hold on.
They're not even.
Well,
Oh,
paying
eat
his
shit.
champions is nothing.
No, it's literally aren't they like a silver each or something?
I don't know how much they are.
No,
I mean, we were here before, and he's just
They
dropping.
are. I take it back. Crampons are worth. Okay. In 5th edition, they were 2 GP each. In 1st edition, they were 40.
Oh
Like,
my
holy
God.
shit! So I'll
that's
say,
almost a short
if you-
sword.
I'll say Gunnar will like. So you guys have to pay the person to make them for you.
And we can,
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone remove 2 gold pieces from your
inventory if you want it.
If you want it, which I'm assuming everyone does.
Alright, -4 because I have Carrie's money.
Yeah,
I have Carrie's 5
That's
gold
fine.
pieces.
Add those. Add crampons to your inventory.
Got to. Oh wait, you click the gold.
I'm gonna add crampons to my inventory.
Perfect.
Where are the crampons?
There's no items matching your criteria. You dick nut.
Wait,
Crampons.
crampons. Wait, how do you spell crampon?
Tampon.
On.
Yeah, it's not a thing. What?
It might not be on here. We might just have to.
I can do it later.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not that
just to continue, unless there's anything else you guys would like to ask or talk about Gunnar with.
I mean, I'm still curious what his like plan is for the end game, because we kind of know now he plans on just
Waiting
staying
it out, yeah.
But like, does he have any other, I don't know, ideas? Any other things that could be used? Something we don't know, like a secret passageway,
Yeah.
or anything else about Beruvik itself that might benefit us that we don't know.
I'll say he states that a majority of the boats have been shored because, winter. But he will mention that there are a couple, like, ice boats within the deeper part of the lakes that have the power to tear through ice. So if you need to leave,
We do have evacuation.
you do have evacuation. And I'll say that Gunnar says it would probably be enough for 50 people.
I just had an idea. They're attacking from the west. Is there a way? Sorry, help me visualize this.
Yes.
So, Beruvik's like this.
Look, I'll point at this. Beruvik's right here.
Okay. The lake. Where's
Yeah.
the lake in?
Beruvik's right here. The lake is right next to it, just right straight up next to
Does
it. The
it
river goes
extend-
up and down.
Okay, so Beruvik is just so the north, south, and west are all
walled.
walled.
The
and then
east
it's
is
only
not.
the east that is.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That won't work. Well, it would work if it was coming from the north or south, but it won't work if it's
The river goes north and then also south.
But we could use that in case we do get attacked from the south. Okay, so one of those ships can break through ice.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way we could use that as a floating weapons battery? So we'd load up archers on it, and then in the event that we get attacked from the south, those archers will come out on the south end, so they'll be kind of parallel to the attacking army, and they'll start firing and create crossfire. Is that possible?
Gunnar hesitates with the idea. He says it depends on how fast we can get the boat moving. Most likely, the ice is going to make it really slow.
Okay. I mean, that'll be... Okay.
So as an initial attack,
No,
it's a good idea, but it's a death sentence once they know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go back.
Yeah. That you can't once you go out there, you can't go back.
So...
And if they run out, if they're suicidal and they get on that boat, they have the boat.
Okay, Rickard's gonna have to back me up. This is a bit of a crazy idea, but we do not know if we're getting attacked from the south yet. We'll know more as things come up, but right now, I feel like we could plan on posting a few people in the south just to watch over that area when they see, an approaching army or people coming or they get word.
Gunnar
They pass on the notification to others and say, some of the forces on the west wall will then shift over to the south. Archers who were already prepared just in case, who were helping out inside the village, would then load up on the boat. They would go out onto the river, go down south, and the archers on the wall would hold their attention, giving the boat time to get in position, and then that would create a crossfire. And then in that confusion, then we could have a charge, because then they would be getting hit from both sides with arrows, and then a melee charge at that point would be a good way of
That would leave the
finish.
walls.
Sven is going to state he already took your guys' advice and already has people standing scout south of the wall who will
Okay.
inform him if anyone approaches.
All right.
Gunnar hesitates by saying the second you open those gates, you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Your goal is to keep them out.
Mm-hmm.
You only go out to crush them. You
Right.
don't go out.
It'd
to
probably
charge.
be a finishing blow. Probably would have to be not one that you would pull out.
If you
first day of
surprise-
battle.
They've been starved for days.
Yeah, they're going in for
Finish
one
them
last
off.
attack.
Yeah.
Send in the boat and
You're
then-
going off to kill Odell.
I'll say
Then
that Gunnar, Thyra, and Sven, when they hear that, write it off as a maybe.
That is an idea.
That's an idea.
In case it is, gets to the point where that's an acceptable plan of attack, then yeah, that is a possibility. But
Mm-hmm.
as it stands, probably won't
A
happen.
not peer-reviewed thesis, you could say.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Anything else?
I'll probably have more, but that'll be it for now.
Yeah, my main contribution idea is just going to be traps, and we covered that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe commissioning stuff like getting basic hunting traps,
Mm-hmm.
just hey,
Bear
sorry,
trap.
we got to get these bear traps, set them out in the field, and hope they get people.
Gunnar states he's just we have most of our, workers are caught up, blacksmiths are caught up making weapons and army and armor for soldiers who are still learning how to fight.
Yeah.
Because that's their main focus, is getting everyone equipped at the moment. But they say if they have the time and resources, they will make as many as they can.
Alrighty.
I should spend a day teaching people how to fight.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'd be down to do that.
All right.
You already did it with Lars.
Yep, I did do that with Loris.
Stonk's
That
a
was so
teacher.
well.
An instructor.
And he's, yeah, fair enough.
I wouldn't call what he does teaching.
That's fair.
You
That's
ever
fair.
see that movie Whiplash?
Knocks Flores flat in his ass. Not quite my tempo.
All right. Now that is over.
Yeah.
Slanei, Rickard,
Oh, no.
Tyrell,
Oh,
and
boy.
technically Elric.
Oh no.
You're doing the same thing at different times.
Oh no.
Slanei, Rickard, and Tyrell, you all inevitably come to the decision that you need to have some sort of chat with this family. Elric, you have the same idea, but you're doing it on your own accord.
Oh no.
Oh.
So, I may ask now, who do you... from what it sounds like, everybody, both parties are avoiding Grandma, right?
Yes.
And keep in mind, you could always talk to me before you talk to them.
Yes. So what I'm going to ask, because I already know what your plan is. For you three, do you guys want to role play sitting down and talking about like who you want to talk to, how you want to handle this, what's your goals?
I think we should have a plan, but then
Yeah.
when do we have plans? So,
I mean, at least talking out to some degree would be helpful.
You're talking about.
like our knowledge of what's going on so far,
Mhm.
and about the family. Like,
Do we want Elric here for this conversation? Or
I would think
Okay.
so, because it's his family.
I agree.
Do you want to see one person before they find you? Because I know there's one person you're looking for.
I would like to speak to Mama, please. Assuming she's not surrounded by murderous animals.
Make a perception check to see if you can find her and know where she is.
I won't approach unless she's not surrounded by everyone else because I want to live. 17 plus perception, 19.
You notice, as you walk around Gunnar's estate, like trying to figure out where everybody is. You take a peek, maybe she's in the library, she likes to read. Nope! Ingeborg's in there.
Close that door.
Close the door. You look around and notice, Gunnar, Idun, Thyra,
Nope,
Sven,
nope.
Rickard, Stonk talking, nope, up against the wall. And you hear shuffling in Gunnar's office.
I listen.
More shuffling, papers moving around.
I peek.
You notice your mother reorganizing his office.
Is she reorganizing or reorganizing?
She's helping.
I will come in. I'm debating whether he's wearing his armor or not, because if he is, he's clanging.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He will step in. He's not saying anything yet. But he's also not. He's not gonna sneak attack her.
Mm-hmm.
He's just coming in.
Okay. As she's kind of like reorganizing the books, kind of like sorting through the letters, like tap tap tap, like putting it all down. She's in the zone, like when you're just organizing shit and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do the best organizing.
Has she
job
reached
I
the
ever
ink
can.
stain and she's just scrubbing?
Yeah, at that point. Eventually, when you walk in, she does set down the books and kind of looks at you. But before there's any sort of reaction, she looks around you and she makes sure that no one else is there.
I would have I would have done that first too.
Yeah.
We both did it. It's the family thing. You have to know.
The books that she holds in her hands, she immediately drops and she just charges at you and wraps her arms around you.
I hug her back.
Elric, what did I tell you? And she just keeps holding on to you. It's like, I told you not to look back.
I just hold her.
You two just keep holding and hugging each other. And she looks at you and she just kind of cradles your face like, what happened? You seem okay.
I've died like twice in 1 week. Am I still bruised up from falling out that fucking cliff?
A little bit, yeah.
And then having Ingvald beat the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then me being chucked into a blizzard.
Yeah.
And then me recovering from that and then immediately being re-murdered.
Yeah.
I look like shit, don't I?
Yeah. Your insight with just that you look okay, like goes through. You look like shit, she's trying to be nice.
I was traveling and I met some companions and I just sort of found my way here. I did not know you were coming.
She sighs. What's this about a wish?
He has probably a look on his face that he probably hasn't had in like 10 years of maybe I did something just a little bit wrong.
I did an oopsie, Mom.
I did an oopsie doopsie.
And as you have that face, like she looks back, she knows immediately what that means. What did you do?
It's a little more mature than 10 years ago, but it's just
She recognizes
it's an evolved form.
Yeah.
I thought it was time that the family stopped being locked in there forever. So I last asked Ingvald to let you out. And I suppose this is how he thought to do it.
Her hands just cover up her mouth and she releases the hug and just kind of... Ulrich. When you... And she looks around. When we planned your escape, we didn't... I told you not to come back. I told you to forget about us.
How could I?
And she sighs and looks down and looks back up to you and says, regardless how this all ends or how anyone else feels about you, you'll always be my son.
You give her... I'm triple hugging. The hugging... We're increasing hugness.
The door opens.
Oh shit.
Gunnar.
Oh, okay.
He walks in and sees the state of his newly cleaned office and just... In standard, like, you know the SpongeBob meme where they're just like cavemen, they're like, ooh. That's him walking.
My
into
hand
his
goes
office.
like towards my sword, and I'm like, oh, it's you.
And he looks around and says, What did you do to my office? And he just walks around, he's like, where is everything? He's just one of those people who's used to living in just complete chaos, and he knew where everything was.
He had a
And,
system.
He had a system.
It was
Organized
shit.
chaos.
Yeah.
It works.
And I mean, she like turns towards Gunnar, and she was just like, "Oh well, I figured I would help." It's like this isn't helping, and he just gets really upset. And your mother just and that look on her face. Normally, if anyone else was yelling at her, you know, she would kind of fall back into herself. But you notice like her brow begins.
You don't
to
tell mom off when she cleans.
Yeah, her brow begins to furrow, and then she's like, "I was trying to help." And he just kind of goes like, no, this is the wrong spot. And he begins like taking things off of the shelf and like putting them like back on his desk. And that book that she had in her hands, she looks towards Gunnar and she looks down at you, gives you a little kiss on the cheek, and then shoves a book into Gunnar's chest and just kind of walks out. And Gunnar's like, oh, what the fuck? And he kind of looks at the book. And the book that was shoved into his face was his family's history. And he just kind of looks down at it and just kind of goes, oof. And puts it down. And he begins to kind of look around a little bit and just goes, okay. And he begins reorganizing his things.
His system's absolutely worse, isn't it? Okay, well, I leave.
Okay. Eventually, you are called by Rickard, Tyrell, and Slanei.
Yes.
We need an intervention. No.
We need to know your family.
I suppose you do. What do you want to know?
How much are you willing to share? Only what you think is helpful and necessary. Other things still need to be shared.
If I told you all we knew, we'd be here till winter ends, so you need to be a bit more specific on what you want.
Who's the most agreeable?
It depends. My mother is, I suppose, the only decent one in there, but she does not have much sway. If you are trying to accomplish something, I would go to my aunt. They said there's like a half-second pause as he thinks about what word to use, and he goes with aunt. Ingeborg. She is... We'll get there. She is opinionated. She does what she likes. But she is quick to change her mind as she needs to, whereas everyone else is stuck in their ways. So, I suppose if you needed to talk to someone, she's the least likely one to kill you.
Would you introduce all of them to the names of your family members, just so you guys can all have a list of like who's who?
Okay, I won't.
Don't send.
I'm looking at it.
I will explain who you all need to know about. Idun is grandma. She's the matriarch. Inga 5 is his mother. Elric 10 is his father. Ingeborg 5 is his aunt.
Oh no, I think I just picked up on something.
Do you mention?
She is your great grandmother.
No, they're all just names in relation to Ingvald.
Yeah, sure.
Do you mention your sister?
She's not here. I don't mention it, but you know I have one. You also know I'm thinking about it, but I'm not saying it.
Another person you're probably thinking about and not saying.
Who's
the girl?
Who's the kid? I was gonna ask, and Gunnar fucked everything up.
Don't know who's the kid is.
Oh, she was the replacement.
Alright, so what do you guys want to know?
Are we in danger of being killed by talking to them, or just you?
It's hard to say. We don't get visitors very often, so I don't... Well, we did once. I don't know what happened to him. I think he made it out.
Can I roll insight to see if Elric is
go ahead.
fucking with us right now?
I'd love to roll insight as well.
Shit.
Too bad.
15.
Just like 6.
Oh, you're rolling shit.
This dice needs to go into dice.
That's the dice I bought you,
I
right?
know.
Do you want to give him the dice garbage can?
No, okay. This dice needs to be
Recycle.
Yeah, eco-friendly.
What do we use later?
15.
15?
He's been away from this family for about 10 years. There is a story there that has stuck around this whole time. And it's spicy.
Pause later.
But no, there is a story there. There was a person who visited once. It seems like that was a big event, and that's a formative experience in his life.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know if they made it out or not.
What happened when the visitor came by?
Well,
You weren't even alive.
I wasn't there myself. It was in my mother's day. We had a visitor who stumbled their way into my family's estate, and that's not something that's supposed to happen without Ingvald's blessing. The patriarch of the time, I don't think Idun had taken charge yet. I think it was her mother. Matriarch. I don't
Your
think
family gave up the patriarchy a long time ago.
someone fucked it up. Idun's mother, Inga, was in charge back then. She took it as he got in that there was a sign from
Inga 3.
Yeah, she said it was a sign from the gods, and tried to marry him in. He objected.
You haven't heard from him since.
He ejected.
Alright.
So that's the one visitor we've ever had. So, in answer to your question, I don't have data points to know if she'll kill you or not.
Okay, cool.
What are we even trying to get them to agree upon? I thought it's already assured that they will help somehow. Because they were sent to help. But what are we specifically wanting them to help with? Are we just wanting them to cooperate with our general tactics? But we don't even know what we're doing, so how can we convince them of that?
Well, we have a few things being cooked up with Gunnar. I'm not exactly sure exactly. I don't know what their skill sets are, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
So I don't know how they can help.
my,
I can explain it.
yeah.
Oh, through Elric.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I know what one of them does, and I can make assumptions.
Idun is arguably
She knows everything.
the best sorceress in all of Eldingheim. Your aunt, unlike your grandma, was more into making things go boom.
Okay.
Oh.
We got the
A
applications are going on
demolition
here.
specialist.
Yeah, your aunt is the demolition specialist. Your mom was much more into illusion magic, that sort of thing, like making things like appear and disappear and change. Your father, on the other hand, was much more, I believe it's abjuration, where it's like shielding, making walls, that sort
He
of
wants to be
thing.
tough so he can punch things.
Yeah, he's a tough boy. He enhances his fighting abilities with sorcery.
Oh god, he's a war wizard.
And yeah, because you haven't talked about her.
She was just getting started. I don't
Yeah.
know what her thing is.
You don't know.
I didn't have a thing back then.
Nope.
You do now. Wait, this is as good a time as any to talk about it. I don't care about these two knowing. How'd you meet your god?
Pardon?
Your god, I don't think we ever actually talked about that. Unless we did and I'm very confused.
No.
Oh boy.
I
I am genuinely confused.
what was her name? Wrote it down here. The elven something or another.
So you're just bringing that up in front of everyone?
I thought we were like it was just the four
Just
of us in a
those
spot.
two.
Yeah, but still, that's...
That one worships the devil. Actually, that one might care.
I might care.
That one might care.
That one might care. Never mind.
What were you bringing up?
Oh,
For all we know, that one might care.
Yeah.
that he's a filthy worshipper.
Oh.
I don't think Rickard would care, but I think
He'd find it funny.
my imaginary friend might care.
Right.
Fair enough.
Record always has an audience.
I forgot about Rickard's audience.
Rickard has a voyeur friend that sits on his shoulder.
Never mind that.
Any other questions? I could tell you what. If you're trying to convince them of something, I could tell you how to convince them, but I need to know what you're trying to convince them of.
I want to convince one of them to help me in sabotaging their supplies.
Well, if you like explosion, Ingeborg is the one who would be delighted to help you. I don't even really think you need to argue. She'd just do it.
Is there any way we should introduce ourselves to them? Should we make it clear that we are a heretic, like the
Oh.
said?
You should never tell them anything about yourself ever. I'm looking at you in particular.
Understood.
You saw how they treated me for leaving. Not just for leaving. Think about what you are to them. I smile. You know how you and I first got off. I am far more tempered. So I would not bring that up.
Totally impressed.
You two should be fine. Except, treat Idun with great respect. She does not tolerate anything else.
Alright. So
There's
have
a few very, very important words I'm choosing to completely disregard.
Alright, so
Your funeral.
are you guys going to track down Ingeborg then?
I will be tracking down Ingeborg if no one else will.
You knew where she was.
I will tell them. She was in the library.
Mhm.
I will tell you if she's in the library.
Do you plan on walking with them? Like, are you going to involve yourself in this discussion with her?
I will open the door, let them in, let her see me, let them in, and then leave.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to talk to Ingeborg?
I'll come with Ingeborg. With you
I
to
want to
Ingeborg.
join just to hear.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Stealth mode.
So,
Yeah.
you guys make your way into Gunnar's estate, and Slanei, you have been in the library before, because you opened up things you weren't supposed to. If you remember that.
Sven might not be here. Anyways,
It wasn't him who was in there before, it was someone else.
I thought it was Sven who.
However, you make your way into the library where Elric opens the door, and you see two faces turned towards you. A small 9-year-old girl, and one long-faced, hook-nosed woman who immediately gives you all the death glare as you walk in, but you, in particular, Elric, that seems to trigger something deep in her.
Okay, insight?
Rage.
Rage. Okay.
Anti-rage.
She angry for me or at me?
At you.
Okay.
Can I roll something? How related are these two?
That's not something, it's up flat at this
Okay.
point. Everyone's brothers and sisters.
Oh boy.
She's not great.
No.
They're copy pasted.
Oh no.
My dad's just me, but fat and a beard.
They both appear to be reading books. They have most of them stacked like on the tables and such. You notice that the older woman is reading a book on. She looks to be reading like about Avnordian war history, just kind of doing research, while the young girl appears to be doing the same, but like in a smaller dosage.
Kitty way.
Yeah, she's 9. She's 9. So.
They fought wars.
Yes. Ingeborg immediately turns towards you all as you walk in, and she can tell you're like coming to talk to her, so she sighs and closes the book. How can I help you?
I wanted to discuss an idea that I had for the upcoming battle.
She gestures her hand and
Specifically, disrupting their supplies and destroying them.
where are the supplies?
When they make camp?
Oh, so this is when it happens.
Yes.
I see. And she kind of like looks you up and down for a second. You know, and the 9-year-old is also looking at you as well, but, well, Ingeborg is a little bit more judgmental. The young girl's a little bit more, like, curious. And she's like, you know, I've never seen a halfling before, and correct me if this is rude, but I can assume you're Legrisharian?
You're reading it out of a book.
Yeah.
Hey, racism.
It's complicated.
So you're Avnordia.
It's complicated.
How old do halflings live?
This is bad already.
I love Ingeborg.
About 200 years?
So, you remember this war. And she points to her book. Well, tell me then, how do the Avnordians fight?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh. And she kind of like looks at this one and like, oh, darn. What about you two?
I can tell you that Hilda's army in particular is going to be very tenacious. Hilda is not one to back down. Hilda is one to go down swinging.
And you?
I've only ever had more political interactions with Avnordia.
It's a good point, actually. You just brought up that Hilda would go down swing.
More like being swung at by a halberd.
When she can't get in melee range of you.
I'm planning other things because taking into account the action.
We have to personally
enemy
kill her.
commander is also important.
I can't guarantee about the rest of the army, but Hilda herself, you're gonna go down swinging.
We have to personally kill her in the sun, or else that won't end.
And so he's nationally ambiguous.
He's a sovereign citizen.
What
I'm a
is your...
citizen of Earth. Thank you very much.
What, you Avnordian? You don't look Avnordian to me. What about you? And she points to Rickard.
I hate how you're looking at me during this, Tyler.
He's peering through the window.
I am hanging. I saw the kids in there, and curiosity is overpowering me, so I'm sticking nearby.
You're up against the wall.
So honestly, yeah, I might be listening behind the door.
Make a stealth check.
Okay,
Just said no.
not 20.
Yeah, you.
Shit.
I am
no
used to
fucking clue.
this.
Damn it. You are used to being a sneaky little bitch.
This is how the family works. You hide behind the walls.
Yeah. Or in the walls.
Or become the wall.
Become the wall. Stone shape.
For 25.
Oh no! What is it? The
Oh Jesus, that is my path. Holy
what's the spell where you can like go into a wall?
flesh.
Meld in the stone.
Meld to stone. Yeah.
Stone. No, not
No,
stone.
I think
Meld to stone, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it went.
flesh to stone
Well,
is a different one.
You know, she initiated
There's
saying,
stones.
you're Avnordian, so I'll say, sure.
Sure. So, you wish to destroy the enemy supply?
Yes.
I also heard they have siege engines. Something that could...
She looks down. She's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Something that might be able to damage the wall. I think it would be fairly obvious when those show up. And I've heard from Elric that you enjoy blowing things up.
Where did he get that from? Who told him that?
He told me that. And someone
I will
told him that.
I will say that's not how I phrased it.
If it means anything, I also enjoy blowing things up.
And she smiles and goes, "Well, I don't like blowing things up, but what I do enjoy," and she kind of like smiles a little bit to herself, "is taking things away."
Oh.
And so she'll smile a little bit and says, "If this is your idea, and assuming, Gunnar put you up to this, then I agree." And then the little girl raises her hand and asks, "Hilda's the bad guy that's coming, right?" And then she goes, "Yes, that's right, Ingeborg." And then she goes, "And that one is," and she points at the map and she goes, "That one, right?" And then Ingeborg just moves her hand a little bit over.
What happened.
Moves her hand a little bit over. Right there. And she goes, "Oh, okay. I have one more question." And then Ingeborg's just like, "Okay." The older Ingeborg is like, "Oh my god." And the little girl kind of pipes up to you guys. "You were here with someone else. He had a red headband. Is his hair made of gold?" "Yes." "Wow." And she her face just lights up. She's never seen a blonde before.
And his family, yeah. Scalping happens.
Maybe I should have said yes, but it's too late.
Yep.
We just gave away your hair. Sorry, Tommy.
You just heard her say I like taking things away.
Yeah.
She won't do that yet.
And then she says, fine, just summon me when you need me. I'll be here doing my research. And she kind of like shoves the book back in front of the girl's face and she kind of goes, she gets back to reading a little bit.
We just made a friend.
You done?
I think so.
Just like that.
As you walk away, she'll say one more thing. Oh, and one more thing. Elric. Remind him that...
I thought she saw me. I thought she saw me.
Remind him that, he should probably see his sister.
Huh? Huh?
I think I know what that means.
She, well,
Rank
In the
birth to your
no.
sister.
in the more recent years has, taken an affinity to the cold, so. And then she waves you all away.
Do we bump into Elric as we leave?
It was a nat 20, dude. You don't even fucking see him in the pickle.
Once I hear you, did I hear everything?
Yeah.
I will bounce once I hear I'm approaching.
Uh-huh. And then you like bounce and then you're up against the other wall. Like, so how'd it go?
I know exactly how to reintegrate.
Alright.
So I just do it.
Oh, so is he part of the group now?
I'm assuming you go to where you know I'm out where
You know
I
what?
should
You
be.
rolled a nat 20 for stealth. Can you actually roll a perception just to see how much you heard?
17.
You heard everything, but you also heard one more thing.
Oh?
You know how sometimes you hear something like in your peripheral or it's so far away that you don't even... It's possible your brain just made it up. But you hear the sound of a child crying.
From where?
Somewhere nearby.
Can I go figure that out?
Would you do that before they all come back?
When does crying happen?
While they're having this conversation.
Then it stays going?
It's like, it sobs for a little bit. It's like a kid, like, having a little mini meltdown, and then it stops.
I will... Well, assuming it doesn't, like, it's tapering off to the point where I won't be able to hear it.
Yeah.
I will wait till I hear all the important bits. I hear them wrapping it up. I probably will miss the tell Elric part, because I think that's funny if I miss that
fair
part.
enough.
And I will go figure out what that is.
Alright, make a perception check for me. The rest of you, exit the library.
15.
15? With 15, you can tell it's coming from within Gunnar's estate, but by the time that you attempt to, like, wean
Find
it
it?
down, it's
Got it.
stopped.
Okay.
It's more like light sobs than like
whales.
wails, yeah.
I will keep note of it, but I don't. I know the kid's in there. The only kid I know is her. So, and it's not her. So I don't know who it is. So I'm just gonna keep note of that.
Okay.
Doesn't know what, Stonk.
I mean, you clearly don't know.
No, you just don't know.
I know
Yeah.
what's going on here. I think it's very funny that you don't.
Okay.
Especially considering this is your family. You don't understand it.
Listen. Okay, I can't find the kid, so I go back to where I'm supposed to be.
And you guys, after like, where's Elric? Where is he? You run into him in the hallways, and you're like, oh, where'd you go, buddy?
Oh, long time no see.
Yeah, your sister misses you. You should go visit her.
And Elric and Ricker just keeps walking.
Slanei keeps walking because he also has no context for this.
And Elric is just standing there.
Rickard, you have
I'm
the
just as shocked
satisfaction
by
of...
that.
You get the satisfaction of seeing Elric look like he got slapped.
And that's not at all what she said for me to tell you. It gets the job. It gets the job done.
Gets the point across.
I just like look.
It's up to Terrell.
I haven't seen her
What
higher
happens.
here of her. I don't know where she is, right?
Nope.
Okay, I walk off.
Ingeborg did mention that
She
she
has an
has
affinity for cold.
affinity for the cold.
Well, I didn't hear that.
That is true.
Terrell did.
I did hear that.
Well, I'm
Just
aimlessly
like-
wandering off because I just got emotionally bitch slapped. So,
I want to try and catch up with you, like to walk with you.
okay.
She said about your sister. She said that she's taken an affinity to the cold.
Does that mean anything within the family?
Roll like a general insight check.
Expressive.
10.
Aggressive.
A 10? She's that could be Ingeborg's way of like saying she thinks she's too cool for us, you know, like she's not hanging out with us anymore, or like we've distanced ourselves from her, or she's distancing
It was
herself from
mutual.
us. Something like there's a barrier, and like that was a snarky comment. That's all you know. Of course, every comment that comes out of Ingeborg is snarky.
That's why Rick and her got along so well.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
You have one of my hairs on your face, or no, it's one of your hairs.
I can't tell the difference at this point.
Chris has long enough hair.
I am
It
going
says.
to aimlessly wander, but I'm going to aimlessly wander out of the hall and down towards the river subconsciously. I don't know if that means anything, but that's where I'm going.
Are you following?
I was already walking with him, so I
All
guess
right.
so.
Are you gonna allow Terrell to follow you?
Yeah.
The only one who knows anything about this family.
Down by the river.
I like how Terrell.
I'm sure it's metaphorical and she's not already there, but you never know, you know?
I love how Rickard and Slanei, like, Rickard just fucking bitch slapped and walked away. Slanei's like, what the fuck just happened? And followed Rickard. Terrell's like, are you okay with Elric?
Today's one thing, I don't know what just happened.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
notice
keep
I'm
watching.
not following you? Like, you're just like,
Yeah.
wait, where did Terrell go?
I don't think we're gonna give a shit.
I don't even know if
Slanei's
Rickard
like, wait,
meant to
where'd
bitch
Terrell
slap me.
go?
I think he just didn't care.
I think.
No empathy.
Slanei
Sorry.
is so hopelessly confused for the family situation.
See, Rickard doesn't see most people as human.
That's fair. That's
Wait,
fair.
I feel like I've heard this one before.
I'm
See
curious.
you as human.
Did Rickard
Wow.
seem sasatisfied by the bitch slap, or did he
Oh,
seem
yeah.
confused, or did he seem, I don't
All
care.
of the above.
I think Rickard was satisfied with the way he framed it to maximize emotional trauma, but he didn't think it would cause emotional trauma to begin with.
Yeah.
Seeing the bitch slap was like, oh yeah, that was great.
I flicked you and you went down? Damn, okay, that was a good flick.
All right. Roll a perception check for me.
Oh no. Oh no.
9. Do I see a body by the river?
With a
Joel, do you want to
9
help him?
I could give you some guidance.
or
just the help
advantage.
action.
Or advantage, yeah.
You want to give me advantage?
Consider
Sure, yeah.
both.
No.
Nope. Even lower. You kind of
It was a very
hesitantly
crisp slap.
look up and down
My head
the
hurts.
river, and you see nothing but the white blanket and frozen ice of the Skerani River and the Lake of Ashes. And you see no sign of anybody.
Okay. He wasn't even like, oh, my sister's down by the river, I better search. It's more like, subconsciously, he just got bitch slapped,
Yeah.
he's wandering, and that's just where he wandered. So,
Down by the river.
he was like 5% expecting to see her corpse somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't like, oh, she's here. So, yeah, he's walking.
These boots were made for walking.
I'll say you can, if you want to search for another hour, then you can roll another perception check. But that would bump it up to you're no longer subconsciously looking, you're actively looking.
He
Use this time to determine, does Elric want to see her?
he doesn't, but he also doesn't want her to freeze to death.
I don't think she's gonna freeze to death. But then again, I don't know.
He
Freeze to death when we're already dead.
he'll turn back and he will regret it.
Okay, so you're not going to look?
Mhm.
Okay.
Damn, cold-blooded, Elric.
Oh, he regrets it immediately. He doesn't turn back.
Damn. It's fucked up.
A few more days go past. So unless there's
Slanei.
Oh, just
You
like
wanna-
as Slanei and Rickard are walking away.
Okay.
Just how's Stig doing? Because
Well, Stig doesn't seem to be spreading rumors.
As far as we know.
I've been keeping an eye on him. That's why I said, "Hey, how's Stig?"
What's he doing right now?
Oh, Stig.
yeah,
Oh, what's he doing the last time Rickard was free?
He's getting stew.
Yeah, last I saw, he was getting stew.
Did he have several good berries in his pot?
He was the stealer. What an honest
He's like,
man.
"This is how I'll get back at these meddling
Kids.
champions."
By stealing from the hungry.
hungry.
I'm an honest man.
With an honest hunger.
that makes me do unhonorable things.
For an honest cause.
Yeah.
That's all.
That was it.
Yeah.
All of this happens over the course of, I'll say, 3 or 4 days. And on the evening of the today, which would be the last day, is the day that Gunnar has arranged for a very minor and casual celebration at the meat hall.
Oh, there we go.
You've all seen some good old-fashioned parties in your days, but for something Gunnar labels a celebration, the mood is grim.
Wow, really?
Hundreds of people have flooded into the mead hall, standing in silence, waiting for any sign of good or bad news. Tyrell, you notice the split in the crowd as Gunnar arrives, anxiously looking over his shoulder at the discontent stares of the Carls. Sven peers above the crowd and gestures you all like, "Get over here! Get over here!"
So, question about the attendance.
Yes.
We're here.
Yes.
The town's here.
Yes.
Fam?
Roll perception check.
And trolls. I'm assuming trolls are unknown.
No.
16.
Family is here, except for your mother.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, I'll say with that high insight check, you also notice Ingeborg is just giving you the stink eye.
Wait, was that insight or perception?
Perception.
Yeah, that's 16.
Yeah.
It's insight's higher.
So, okay, yeah. No, not insight, but with the
Yeah.
perception check, you notice Ingeborg giving you the stink eye. It's not the, I'm gonna kill you eye. It's the, I disapprove of your every atom existence, all of it. Disapproved.
Just like everyone, Aunt.
I should be married by now.
Do you guys all come towards Gunnar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He nervously kind of turns to you all and explains, like, okay, well, we're just going to introduce you all to the town. Hopefully, we'll give you the opportunity to tell the story of your trials to the people. I don't give a shit if you're honest. Just make it believable. Give them something to believe in, okay?
You and
Lauren,
charisma.
I have a question, but I definitely
Give me time
haven't
to
considered
write a
and probably
script
should
before
have.
making things up.
My family are cultists of Ingvald.
Mhm.
How would they feel about me going to his tournament and fucking winning?
You'll see.
I got bad news for you. You didn't win.
It's
Maybe
May.
surviving.
I came in second place.
Sven, as Gunnar is kind of going off about, he tells, I don't care if you're Gunnar or honest, just give him something. Give him something is that all he's asking of you guys. Sven kind of pulls Rickard off to the side and says, like, hey, just, if it were my choice, just be honest about what happened. The people are already suspicious and on high alert, so if they sense any deception, it might get worse, so just be honest. Thyra pulls Tommy and Elric aside and begins to tell you, just tell them as little details as possible. These times are dangerous, and if you give them any information that can be used against you, they will, and we don't need any more threats.
Okay. Anyone else? Does Gunnar pull us
no
aside?
idea what the
Does Gunnar
is
Gunnar pull Stonk aside? Like,
Look how you guys won the trials, because Gunnar is just like, tell them how you guys won. Just give them something to hope for. I don't care if it's honest.
Oh,
Sven,
we gotta tell them about the time that,
We definitely gotta mention the flower that you almost used to kill the god.
No.
And you got
mention
I was
Dagman.
gonna say the Blood Jarl.
You gotta say the
that
Blood
entire
Jarl.
event, that's like a great story.
You gotta tell them about the bathhouse.
So Sven basically told you,
No,
Rickard, just
that's
tell
the
them the
bathhouse.
truth. The people will can tell if you lie to them. And then Thyra pulled Elric and Tyrilla aside, basically saying, tell them nothing. No personal information.
You three have no guidance.
We have-
Do whatever
Don't
you
let them
want.
dox you.
Don't let them dox you yet. Eventually, Gunnar steps up onto one of the tables and is just like, okay, here we go. He takes a deep breath and begins to shout. People of oh god, people,
People.
no one is listening to him.
I'll let him
Shit. And
stutter
like-
for a little
He's
bit.
like,
but I have a plan.
fumbling through his note cards. Gunnar has 9 charisma.
I'm going.
Can I go?
I'm gonna
Lauren,
use
can
my
I go
halberd.
up? Can I pat him on the back? And can I surreptiously cast guidance on him?
Cast guidance on him while Stonk is doing this.
I pull out my
Go
glaive,
one at a time.
bisect him.
Pull out my halberd, and I'm gonna do that thing that I never do. I'm gonna use the action, bring it to the ground, and extinguish all non-magical flames around.
Can I do something in addition?
And we all fucking
Thaumaturgy?
freeze.
I want to thaumaturgy the thud on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, Asgard is just like, people of Beruvik, oh god, so people of
Yeah.
as the thunderous wave snuffs out all the fire in the room. And
I will
some
say,
people
I don't want it to I want it to flicker. more than anything
it
else.
snuffs out in the sense where the ember, everything's dark, the smoke comes up from the embers, but slowly begins to reignite. But a lot of people do let out some cries of, fear.
Mhm.
Gunnar, thank you. People of Beruvik, in times of great struggle, we search for reminders of hope. A dark winter has fallen upon us, and darker times will
Hang on, we
soon
got
Wait.
come.
We got
The train is the darkest of winters.
Yeah, it's almost here. It's coming.
Oh god,
It's Hilda.
Hilda's here! Everybody run!
She's coming.
Everyone go back to your homes. That never fails.
And run into them.
Race of glass.
Go towards the fire.
We only have 50 spots for evacuation! First come, first serve!
Men first.
The strongest first.
We thought more lifeboats wouldn't be aesthetic.
We need the people with the best social reputations on the boat!
Oh no!
Oh,
Rickard
Well,
gets all 50
I guess
seats.
Terrell's going in one of those.
Tavi.
Terrell could just turn to a fish.
Gunnar,
Slanei.
I'll start that over then. So Gunnar says, so thank you. People of Beruvik, in times of great struggle, we search for reminders of hope. A dark winter has fallen upon us, and darker times will soon follow. But today, I have good news.
That's with a cantrip.
Ingvald, the Maestari, has heard our plight. Thanks to these, and he does a gulp, heroes, we have a greater chance at survival. Hilda is coming for us, but I believe, with the aid of these heroes, and the Seethman of Ankjarifjall, and Ingvald's favor, we will survive this winter. He's gonna do a persuasion check, and you gave him guidance?
Uh-huh.
Yay!
He needs all the help he can get.
I wanted to roll this on the spot. Let's see. That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Plus 4! 23! So everyone,
23 is the maximum.
you notice everyone, they're just like, Ingvald's champions, what are you talking about? And you notice Ingeborg's stare at you goes from disgust to, what?
I checked it.
And you see everyone just kind of like, lets out a little bit of hope begins to cover people's eyes. And as Gunnar anxiously kind of stands on the table and he notices this, his posture improves and he kind of goes,
Slanei's gonna give him like a little thumbs up from the sidelines. Like, you got
So now may I introduce these heroes? Introduce yourself, and he runs behind you. And then everyone's eyes are on all of you.
Okay.
The spotlight is now on you all.
I should go first, shouldn't I?
I have to think about this
I can't
one.
believe Gunnar got that 20. I'm so proud
I'm
of him.
so proud of him.
That
That's
was
something
plus 4
good.
guidance. Needed. Oh my god.
Without that guidance, it would have been a 19.
Josh, you saw that too. That
Yep,
20. Oh
yep.
my god.
I can't believe I almost used my wish to kill him.
It's true. It's true. After this session, we all got to explain like what our other wishes would have been, and we also have to explain the alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
That's concerning.
I guess I'll go first for introducing. I probably shouldn't talk too much, should I? Because they're all
But Stonk
racist.
doesn't know that.
Stonk, do what Stonk would do.
Stonk doesn't have enough social awareness to care that everyone.
Stonk went up to a man who explicitly said, "Shut the fuck up," and kept talking.
Okay. Oh god. Oh no.
Stonk, it's the one time they're applauding you. You gotta use this moment.
Yeah, their eyes are just feasting on you right now.
You're just looking at those abs, and they're jealous.
My name is Stonkcaller Twice Orphaned, and me, along with my companions, have traveled far and wide
Okay.
to save your town.
Gunner's just like chewing on his nails.
Thank you, Stonk, for introducing us.
Now you might be
Wondering why I would do it for you peasants.
Now you might be wondering why I would do this for you, considering the fact that, I am a Goliath, and you are a bunch of Avnordians.
Stonk.
And you notice that like a couple of like the men in the back, their eyes begin to like narrow a little bit
Stop.
at you.
Wait a minute.
No, let him speak.
You notice as you call yourself Stonkcaller Twice Orphan, Ingeborg looks over to you and like cocks her head a little bit.
Oh no.
Stonk.
Oh no.
Is Stonk in the history books?
Yes,
Yeah.
now.
The skirmishes are.
Oh, she's gonna come up to you and tell you to tell your life story.
What else? Where did I leave off?
I know you think I shouldn't save you because you attacked my people, but
Oh yeah, but. There is no but. No.
And it's true!
And it's true. It's weird. Why am I here? I don't even fully understand it myself.
He just keeps going on like jargon. I don't know why I'm here, but you know what? I am. And then Slanei's like, okay.
Okay, but...
I just enjoy killing people.
I just thought it would be fun.
No, but unless you want Slanei to interrupt you.
I do want to say one serious.
Okay,
thing.
go ahead.
Yeah.
It's blinding me.
Go ahead.
Oh god, I can't see anymore.
Oh, the duality.
I know it may seem strange that a Goliath is helping you all
See one
after
drunk guy in the audience. Yeah.
Why?
after our past interactions between our peoples.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in this moment that we have the luxury of worrying about that. What matters is surviving against Hilda.
Can I look in the audience for Stig?
Make a perception check.
While Stonk is saying all of this.
And I'll leave it at
18.
that.
With an 18, you see him in the back of the audience next to Gullah, who's smiling and very proud of you all with his arms crossed.
I will be done after I say that.
Okay. I would like you to make a persuasion check really quick.
Okay. I'm not going to use mine.
Mocha's
I
too
don't know either.
sleepy. But consider.
You do have advantage because you got Mocha.
Consider the flashing light.
Do I get advantage? Or inspiration?
you.
I didn't beckon her.
No, because it's less fair when we're all sitting on the ground.
You also have your
14.
14?
14.
Okay.
You still have your inspiration from the fight, though.
No, I used it.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure we all used
Your
inspiration.
Stonk's speech is well received, but nobody's like glowing.
Yeah. 12
They don't.
plus 2.
They're not sharpening the pitchforks.
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
make
okay.
them angry.
That's good.
And
So-
I didn't deceive them.
I was not told not to deceive them. I am...
You were.
No?
No, only me and Terrell were.
No, you and Terrell were told, don't tell them anything personal. Like, don't give them any information. Don't let them dox you. Sven told Rickard, don't lie to them. They'll be able to sense it. Like, there's no use in it.
Okay.
And he just told you to
Gunnar said, I don't care if it's true as long as you make it, like, believable. Give them something to hope for.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about. That's true.
Yeah? Is Slanei going up next?
Yeah, I guess you are.
Oh boy.
You interrupted Stonk and therefore volunteered to go second.
Great. Slanei will step up on the table that Stonk was probably standing in front of. I am Slanei. Some of y'all have seen me around town, I'm fairly certain.
You got this.
Oh gods.
Can I hand Slanei like a drink from like the bar?
Yeah.
We're here tonight to make sure everyone has a good time, so that when the darker days ahead come, we can look back on this and fondly remember the times. Like, raises his glass.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
That's both nice and kind of depressing.
Yeah, that was the only... persuasion?
Mm-hmm. That's a 9.
Also a 14.
Okay.
It's accepted.
How am I supposed to do?
Introduce
you-
yourself. You guys haven't told the story of the
We're just
the
introducing
tournament yet.
ourselves
Just
right now.
introducing.
You could just say your name.
Yeah.
Me too.
I felt like I had to say something after Stomps, but that was a
Yeah,
mistake.
now you've just continued it.
Cute.
I'm Terrell Farm, sent by your Arstrud Lyra to participate in an involves tournament for the wishes of your safety of your town. We are now.
Would you use your wish on again?
But it would,
You said we.
Yeah.
I would say we.
It's a roll.
Thank you, Stomp, for we.
And per our return, our wishes were granted.
Right.
There you go.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, well, shit.
Because of the way you don't have to do deception.
Oh, it's here. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty
As-
shit at this.
As Terrell's going through,
Mm-hmm.
can I use thaumaturgy to make it sound like there's like a slight like applause going through the crowd?
You gotta try and start.
Well, okay, so we already had this
Okay.
talk about dramaturgy.
20.
Oh,
Not nat 20.
once
Oh.
we'll be there in a sec. Dramaturgy cannot make the sound like an illusion
Okay.
sound. Minor illusion would be able to do that. Dramaturgy, like
It makes it loud.
amplifies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
so,
always get the two.
yeah.
You have to have.
With the 20, a lot of people are just like, yeah, the Ishmanen's right, like the Druid's right, and they start getting like a little bit happier. And they
The
start,
woman
like,
is right.
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
So you can
I'll
thaumaturgy
make the
that.
crowd louder and like
Yeah.
trying to hype the
Okay.
energy.
Oh, and then so you notice like a couple of them like nodding. It's just like, oh, they went through all of that just for like, and they finally understand like you guys went through all of this to protect the town. Like, okay,
Just say your name and walk off.
Tabby.
No, I have good charisma. I don't
Consider.
have good charisma.
Do you want to introduce yourself as Bjørn Odell's son?
No.
Okay,
No.
because they don't know.
I've been. No.
You could introduce yourself as a paladin of Thor.
Yeah, yeah. My name is Tavi Halfdanson. I'm a paladin of Thor, and me and my friends
Aw,
return to you as involved champions to make sure that even if Hilda hits hard, we hit back harder.
Roll persuasion check. You have a proficiency,
I
right?
do, but I just am scared of shit rolls.
Yep, that's reasonable.
Always reasonable to be afraid of the shit
everyone
rolls.
is afraid of shit
Where is
rolls.
my D&D Beyond broke? It's fine. Wow.
Oh no.
Would you
Of
roll?
course. Tell you want to say what I rolled, Tyler?
You rolled a 2.
It makes it a 9.
No.
So the 9, Tavi walks
No,
up
I
after
don't.
all of the applause, and the anxiety just gets to him.
Yeah.
And he reads it like a third grader, like reading their presentation. My name is Tavi Halfdanson. we have come, like, that sort of thing. And then as he's done, everyone just kind of
I mean, to be fair, it's a little 1 under a 10. It's just slightly subpar.
It's not unaccepted, it's just underwhelming.
In comparison
to
to
Tyrell, who got a 20.
We built up to Tyrell, and then...
That was the climax.
We should have gone. And then I'm going to say Elric goes last. I'm going to do Rickard next.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I step up forward and say, I am Rickard Walter.
Remember, don't lie.
No,
Size done.
In our journeys to Ingvald's tournament, we were kidnapped. We were stripped naked. We've killed more than anyone should. We climbed.
We killed 3 Yetis.
Sheer cliff sides.
3.
We killed towering Goliaths. We have died, been resurrected by Ingvald's power, and fought in his tournament, and came back here to all of you. We will defeat Hilda. And we will. We will.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah! Let's go.
Well done.
Well, at least someone told our story. Now we don't have to go back around and retell the story.
I mean, we could still do, like...
We were kidnapped. One of us was fucked.
Multiple times.
Points at him.
Yeah. The strip naked part's gonna be the weird one.
You guys can also, like, if you want to, like, have conversations with people, like, afterwards, like, take credit for, like, killing Dagfinn and shit.
That's a fat, dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, and the people similar to Tyrell just kind of, like, get riled up again. Tommy brought it down a little bit.
Tommy, no.
Thaumaturging the crowd again to make it,
Tommy
like...
just hiding behind Tyrell.
He's already drinking.
Aww.
And everyone at this point is just like, yeah, and they begin, like, kind of wrapping their arms around each other, like, yeah, okay. Like, we fought Daskafell once. We can do it again. All right. Elric.
Oh, no.
Elric is using all of his charisma. And he is being extraordinarily careful with his wording and his tone.
Okay.
To be confident, but not arrogant. And seem... Yeah, that's the vibe he's going for. He says...
I don't think the cops like your vibe.
Whoop, whoop. At the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. The content police. Whoop, whoop.
Alright. What do you want to say?
I am Elric's son of Clan Baelor. And I am saying this... I am doing a little...
Pause. Would you even say the name Baelor? Because that in your family is like a Voldemort.
If we don't mention our clan name, I wouldn't.
You would
say.
just be Elricsson of Ankiarifjall.
Of Ankirfell.
Okay.
I am being very choosy about my
Yeah,
words.
that's why I'm letting you know.
So, of Ankirfell.
Sorry.
And what he's going for is he's not trying to. He's acknowledging his parentage and trying not to
associate himself.
He's trying to take the tone of a remorseful son who did something cool. That's not how he feels, but that's how he's presenting.
Okay, keep going.
Because if he didn't do that, someone would take offense.
Mm-hmm.
We have climbed the mountain. We have faced off with Ingvald himself, and we have brought him glory and ourselves. If we can face the gods, what does one have no idea?
I want you to roll a deception check.
Yep, that's what I was going for.
Do you have proficiency in that over there?
No, it's just I can't tell the truth in this one.
Oh, damn.
To be fair, the last part's not the lie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Use
kind of,
guidance on
it's
yourself?
stretching.
It's you.
It's my image.
Yeah.
You want to use guidance on yourself?
Can I? I'm right in front of everybody. I feel like they would
No.
notice.
Okay.
You'd have to do like a whole like Sonic dance routine to sneak that in.
And just be like, whoa, look over there!
I do have a lot of charisma, so even if I don't have proficiency, it's still good.
You rolled a 3.
4. No, 4 plus 5, 9.
Hey, well, that's as low as Tom.
The audience cheers and smiles, but you feel the glare on the back of your neck.
Oh no.
Grandma, not again.
Not the stick, Grandma.
Alright.
She didn't like my tone.
Put down the cane!
Loads cane with malicious intent.
People, for the most part, begin cheering and actually seem brought up in spirits by all of your words. And for the rest of the night, I'll say the tone is not cheery, but it is one of camaraderie. It is one of brotherhood. It's one of survival. And for some families, it's one of love. However,
That's fucked up.
not for all of them.
I'm gonna get a second. I want to take credit for some stuff.
As Elric walks off,
They don't step too far away from the party.
Grandma
Grandma.
gives you a little squeeze on the shoulder,
Mm,
but says nothing.
Bad touch.
I said the right words, just not.
Now, if you would like to continue with speech, it's going to be less everyone's listening now and more like you're standing on the table soapbox and, other people are celebrating. So not everyone's listening at this point, but for the most part, eyes are on you. So if you want to jump up on a table and tell the epic story.
Of the blot Jarl.
I do want to tell that story.
Okay,
I think
go,
that's
go,
really
go.
Do you brag about killing the priestess
Yeah,
of
you guys won't
Tavesta?
have to roll unless you lie.
No.
No. I would tell everyone, the story of the trials we're going through, and
Do you
I'd
leave out?
probably have you fill in the beginning of the Blot Jarl trial because I was not there.
Oh.
But when it came to the actual Blot Jarl, I would be like, oh yeah, and then instead of doing the game by its rules, I just kicked him off a cliff and killed him, and he was like a super threatening cannibal.
And everyone's just like, wow, wow. And then there's one guy in the audience who's like, these don't sound like worshippers of Ingvold to me. They sound like they're bathing in the fact that they just killed his top thralls.
I will distance myself from my story, and I also won't tell him I hid in a pickle barrel.
Okay, got it.
I would also tell him that I was right up there fighting against Ingvold, and I fought him from the beginning of the tournament right up until the end. I never went down once.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so cool. It's so impressive.
All right, what about you two? What are you doing?
Do you tell the story of how you crawl out of hell?
Probably not. Probably wouldn't be a good
It's
idea.
too existential for
No trees for
What,
the
you don't
bubble,
want to
that's
do
an
more
insult.
drunk ramblings about...
Do you,
The bird.
do you tell them about the bird?
Woman. But she was a bird also.
No, I don't want to do that.
You don't get drunk and start talking about the sister down the river?
No.
I don't think I can tell them that I have a higher KD than Ingvold.
Wish.
Oh, that's something I'd totally, try and steal from you. I'd be like, oh yeah, I killed the most people in that tournament. I was the best in the entire tournament. I would take that unless you tried to, fight back on it.
I feel like Rickard wouldn't fight back, but he'd let Stonk know that he'll remember this.
Probably.
Can Terrell and I start up a little hunter
You
predator
would sing.
game thing?
Yeah, sure.
Some spirits. That'd be fun.
Do you start
Consider
a
yourself
start
slightly
chess
judged.
tournament?
Tackle.
Not again.
Oh god, we absolutely just roughhouse. Bam.
Let's just do a bunch
Very
of
weak.
wrestling.
You two get drunk and just start punching the shit out of each other.
I'm very weak though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Negative
I'm not
strength, so you don't
breaking
even
bones.
breathe.
I'll
Just
say,
lift me up
Tommy,
and chuck me over.
because you started drinking a little bit earlier, that you accidentally give Terrell a good hefty punch to the shoulder, and then Terrell is just like and then you're like, oh shit, sorry, and then that's about it.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
Yeah. You forgot that you were roughhousing with a whammon.
Oh god, these women
Women.
so fragile.
If I was
So
a bear, it would be different.
Turn into a bear. Do it.
You could do like
You could show up.
You could turn into a bear and roll on the stage.
Do you not remember that?
Yep.
yeah.
Let's wrestle.
I mean,
Turn
you could
into
do
a
that
bear.
like since you don't take damage while in bear form. We could do like
A mock
some
mock
sort of
show.
mock.
It still hurts though.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you don't take any actual damage.
It's all
It hurts.
when you flash back to your normal self.
Hey, yo,
you
Drill,
remember
are
the
you
thing.
okay with me, like, slicing
Punching
up your
the-
flesh?
I'm not saying cutting. I'm not using weapons. I'm talking like
Just
brawl.
bludgeoning.
Yeah, let me give you internal bleeding.
Yo, can I take your paw real quick?
Oh no, the eternal bleeding. That tear it goes away as soon as your wild shape goes away.
It hurts.
Oh, you're so miserable.
I'll turn into a bear.
Meanwhile, my
Faster.
pain stays with me. I have to live with the scars.
At least you get like extra bodies. I just have to take every hit.
Oh,
You know, on the bright side, you can turn to boars again.
Yeah. I can.
Or
Oh yeah. I never thought about that.
remember how effective boars were?
You could
I
always
just thought it was cool. Okay.
you could always turn into like a specific like creature and then like say like, and then I did this thing to him, and then you're like, why? And you like reenact like how you killed.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You could be like the reenactment, and then we wouldn't be hurting each other. It would just be like stage
Yeah.
production.
Sure. I was like,
All right, so
Turn into
Tyrell.
ferret, eat
And
ferret.
then I punched Ingvald in the face. And then you like, wow.
So do you do that then?
Sure.
All right. I would like both of you, or you can just give one person advantage. Performance checks.
All
My
right.
performance is probably worse than yours to be.
I think mine might be good.
Because
so
you
I'm
have a-
+1, so I'll
You think you
give
got plus two
advantage.
stones?
I think I might have a plus higher than that.
You have
I also
14,
think
I
it would be
think.
really fun for kids to just like pet a bear.
Yeah,
Performance is plus 2, yeah.
you could do that after the
And you're
reenactment.
giving me
Petting zoo
advantage.
time.
Okay.
17.
All right, so you guys put on a pretty decent show. Like, there's some kids in the front there just like, wow, like they're heroes, you know. And then there's some adults who are just like this is fun. And you notice some people going up to like thank Gunnar, and you notice that Gunnar, for once, is just his shoulders are no longer like in pain. He looks like a little bit loosened up, but he seems like hesitant to all of this attention.
I gotta ask a question.
Yeah.
Any kids, like really young kids, notice and like go, wow, Stonk, you're so cool.
Yeah, probably.
Aww.
Alright, can I every now and again, can I?
And you get like one little kid come up to you, she's like, one day I'm gonna grow up to be as big as you.
And then I will crush
Stonk
you.
is just like a short kid.
Plot twist, he actually grows up to be like 8 foot.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's a Robert Wadlow.
After you two put on like your little performance of like how you defeated Ingvald, completely leaving out what happened to Elric, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, none of us are gonna mention that.
And some of the kids like come up to like pet the bear, and they're like, "Oh wow, it's so soft." You see one of the kids like, oh, "Why is the skin black?" Fantasy just crumbles. Like, what is this? I thought they were all white.
Ever seen a shaved bear?
Every now and again, I'll just pat Gunnar in the back, and every time I cast guidance.
He like parks up a little bit. He's like, "Oh, a little bit of drugs, okay, magical influence."
A bit of drugs.
Do you want
Slanei has gone into
Bear.
full house
Yes.
mode and is literally going
Ride a
around
bear
making
around.
sure everyone's like in like higher speeds.
This is your religious specialty.
This is yes.
ooh, I can tell you.
I can't
Look
believe
at that
this.
tail.
I can't believe Mocha lets you carry her like this. It's so funny.
It's like a shark. Her eyes are so wide.
It's like you're inspecting her. She's like, "Please stop."
She was crying for a bit of that.
Aww. So,
it.
as you all are having a wonderful time for the rest of the night, Elric, do you felt the tenseness of your speech? Do you leave early?
Yes.
Yes.
I am always when they are within eyesight, keeping track of every single one of them.
Okay.
When they are not focused on me, I would like to sneak off and see where Mom went.
You roll a perception check for me.
Nat 20 plus 2, 22.
3 nat 20s today.
Elric, as you're walking towards Gunner's estate,
I called it.
you see a silhouette in the darkness.
Oh no. A river floating, a body floating down river?
A figure looms in the dim shadow in the snowfall, staring over the drifts of snow flowing out onto the frozen river ahead. Sitting on what appears to just be like a small little log, with wrapped in furs and wool. This figure stares out into nothing.
It's a familiar figure.
You see it, and you don't even need to see her face to know who it is.
Familiar stone sister.
What do you do?
When we left, how was she taking it?
You don't know.
We didn't tell her shit. Mm. Why are you doing that sign when we're talking about my sister?
Dick.
My whole plot point is that not to be a...
Keep going. Just ignore them.
Yeah,
They don't
please.
exist. It's just you and me, Tyler.
You have the mind.
I
You
will...
also do.
That was pure pressure.
I will quietly walk up to her.
She does not react to you.
Can I walk beside her? I'm not getting within sword length.
So you're keeping like 5 feet distance.
Yeah.
You can't tell if she doesn't notice you or doesn't care to notice.
Can I look her up and down? How is she right? Is she frostbitten?
She's not looking at you. But I'll say you sit down like on the other end of the log that she's sitting on. Does that sound fair?
Mm-hmm.
She stares out into the nothingness, and you look over at her and you see these dark shadowy circles around her eyes, her face gaunt and pale. She doesn't look well. Not sick in the sense where, there's something like sickening her, but she looks sick in the sense where she no longer looks like your young sister. She has aged, and her hair has grayed, and that little sister looks at least 10 years older than you now.
I don't think he can say anything. I think he just sits.
She says nothing.
He'll sit there for hours.
I'll say as 20 to 25 minutes go by, you eventually hear a soft mutter come out of her mouth. And she says, "No. A part of me was stupid enough to think that you still cared. I knew that when you abandoned me, you didn't think about how it would affect us, how it would affect the family. A part of me longed. Part of me promised myself that you still cared, but when you got here, it took you days to come find me. And I spent so long waiting. You're one of them now.
Yeah, when did I go walking on the river? How many days was that into me being here?
That was earlier today. No, that was yesterday.
And what day is it? Since I've got here?
It's been multiple days. Angie
I
cat.
don't think we should handle her anymore.
No.
Too much.
She wants up on the counter.
She also wants near the fire.
Just keep going. We're good. I'll keep an eye on her.
To be fair, I was literally brutally murdered like 2 days ago. Give me a hot
No,
minute.
it's more like four days ago. Can you not let her up there?
Hey.
Okay, can you blow out the candles? Okay.
He just sort of processes. Is the soup covered?
It is covered, but there's other stuff on the counter that she can get into.
He can't really counterpoint that because she's kind of right. Not very right, but kind of right.
She's coming around, Ed. Just grab her and drop her. Yeah.
Very upset. Angry cat.
Yep.
Just keep going.
I never thought stop thinking about you all. But sometimes you're not free to do as you wish.
Can you say that again?
He says, I never stopped thinking about you all. But I never... Sometimes you aren't free to do what you want to do. Which is not the best thing to say, but that's what he said.
She scoffs, and for once, like, an expression comes up on her face, and she's just like, oh yeah, once. Yeah. And she looks a little pissed off by that.
Fair.
She says nothing.
I think he just sits. He doesn't know how to dig himself out of the hole he's dug himself in.
After a while, she stands and wipes the snow off of her legs, and turns to you and says, Elric, do you know what your absence did to me?
No, I don't.
We could have had a good life together. We cared about each other, had our best interests in mind, and instead, you abandoned me to pursue your wants. Well, I've never had the ability to pursue my wants. You left me with someone worse. All because you couldn't fucking step up. And she walks away.
About what I expected.
Just ignore her. Just leave her alone.
She was about to hop up there.
Just leave her alone.
And I sit there.
And she walks away. Mocha. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. No attention? Come here. Just leave her alone for now.
Yeah.
I might give her some more meds. But as Elric sits on the log and just kind of stares out at the frozen river, the rest of you are having a grand old time partying. Before Tyrell, you notice, and Slanei, Sven tap on Gunnar's shoulder, whose face was glowing from, the conversations he was having earlier. Immediately falls. He turns to Stonk and wavers at you.
Wavers at me? Yeah, sure. I don't know. Why is he wavering?
As you get, you come over to him and he kind of grabs your forearm and pulls you a little bit closer and says, Stonk, it was a good call to put the scouts out on the south border because they just spotted something.
What'd they see?
Someone with a torch, it looks like.
Just one?
Standing by the wall.
We should go see what that is then.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Alright. I will go. Who else is going to go with?
Mm-hmm.
We should probably take Rickard.
Yeah.
At least.
It just kind of depends on who you guys decide to drag along with.
I'm not there to be dragged.
Rickard, definitely. I will also grab Slanei. I'm sure you guys will notice this, so you can decide to come or not if you want.
See what it is? I feel like when everyone celebrate and find it weird that we all just
It's late. It's late.
Not bedtime.
we can join that.
I want to also cast Pass Without a Trace on us, so as we're leaving, no one really notices us leaving.
Okay. Alright, so everyone's going?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone but Elric. You guys all make your way down to the south gate where Gunnar leads you guys upstairs to the top of the stake wall. A few guards stand bickering, kind of pointing out towards the tree line where all of you, for the most part, probably except for those with, I'll say Tavi, you don't notice because you're
What do my
blind
eagle
little
eyes
fuck.
see?
I'll get there. You all see what appears to be a dim glow of a torchlight by the tree line. Just, probably I'll say 100 feet, less than 100 feet away.
What do my eagle eyes see?
Can you roll a perception check for me?
Halt!
You violated the law.
It's gonna be Odell.
It's
That's what I'm betting.
Lars. He's here to join up.
I rolled a nat 1 plus 2, 3.
It's a man, probably.
It looks to be an Avnordian man.
Damn.
Go
In
down.
the darkness, you cannot discern what colors he's wearing.
You could go down and talk to him. It's just one man. You could take him.
And you see everyone's just like, what do we do? Are we under attack? What do we
Can
do? What
you
do we do?
thaumaturge me?
Done.
Alright. Who goes there?
You see guys, what are you doing?
We gotta figure out who he is.
And Rickard, be prepared to shoot him.
Yeah.
Bow at the ready.
Those with good perception notice the, as Stonk says that, the torch, lowers a little bit, like they're re-gripping the torch, and they continue standing there.
They're not moving?
Nope.
Rickard's got a shot on him. You should prepare your action just in
I've
case.
got my action prepared if something funny happens.
Alright.
Maybe the torch is a signal. Maybe thaumaturging my roll a little bit.
It's way too far away.
You could hop down and walk over and talk to him.
I'm not going to do that. That is an exceedingly dumb thing to do. But they don't make any, effort to talk or anything. They just stand there, silent.
Menacingly!
Threaten them. You have intimidation.
We could tie a note to an arrow and shoot it near them.
Rickard, could you give him a warning shot?
Sure, I can do that.
And Gunnar's like, what are you doing? Do you do it?
Should I roll a check to see if that's a dumb thing to do in this kind of
Actually,
situation?
before we do that, I'll give them a
escalation.
warning before the warning shot goes out. Because that would be really rude if they just got shot on
We
accident.
just kill Odell.
Poor Odell. That would be so embarrassing. Whoops, sorry, Tavi.
Tavi, you're supposed
Your
to get the
bastard
signal.
daddy, just
Don't you have to signal your family to do this with a torch that means something?
yeah. I'll have you do thaumaturgy again. Let me go off what to say. Make your intentions known, or we'll put an arrow between your eyes.
He pauses and Gunnar's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? As he just kind of like holds his mouth. The figure. The torch shifts as the spare hand pulls some fabric out from like his side and begins to hold it up.
Is it white? Oh no.
It's black and lights it aflame.
All right, and
That's it.
I'll take the shot.
At him?
The black flag does not.
You can roll it.
Use a history check
Yeah.
before you do
Yeah.
that.
Can I also roll a history
Okay,
check?
also
I'll do a history check. Can I steal one of your dice?
Yeah, maybe it means I surrender, but extra hard.
Can I also
I'm an edgy surrender.
That's 25.
25.
Never mind. Don't
25.
worry, roll.
You are just like, I'm about to shoot that. Wait. The seal for Braebær was black.
I
Oh.
was burnt Braebær. I'm a traitor.
Oh.
The smoldering black flag falls to the ground.
Odell took over Braebær.
I think that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh. I almost jumped the gun there.
Yeah, let's start war with our soon-to-be allies.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Ruin everything.
Listen, if we kill Odell, then
there
we're
too.
in charge.
Yeah.
We have the heir of Odell right here. He's in charge of Braebær.
He's not
I'm not
legitimized.
there. I'm not there.
And also, they're a democracy. They don't.
God, who cares about democracy in this day and age?
We're a democracy.
So you
God damn it.
guys think it's Odell? That's what you think?
That's
I don't
no,
think that
I
person is.
that's
I think that
just
person is.
I don't think that
one
person is
happens to
Odell.
have a black banner.
Yeah.
That's just a theory. A game theory.
I don't
might
think
be
it's
loyal
Lars
to
or
Odell who's taking over
Odell.
Braebær.
I think it's just some random guy who's like messaging for Braebær / Odell. If I had to guess, that does not mean that Odell is on our side. It just means that we may not have to deal with Braebær,
Immediately.
which is good.
Or at least we have allies within Braebær.
But we'll find out next session for certain.
Yay!
Also, to answer the question from the very beginning, apparently the fruit we're not supposed to name is a citrus plant.
Huh.
So Chris can't have
I
it.
can't have it.
Well, damn.
Anyways, when you started describing sister-brother stuff, this means no in sign language.
Yeah,
So I was
I know.
spamming
This is sister, or is it?
No, it
Sister.
was. Well, what I saw was it was like this is like sister.
Sweet
I
home
don't know.
Alabama.
Oh, Alabama's,
This is
Alabama's not nearly
Yes,
sweet enough
this
for what
is
we're
lesbian.
doing.
Oh, sorry.
But it's like
Sweet
pointing
home
specifically.
Mississippi.
I think you
Supposed
mean
to do
sweet
it.
home
Or
Habsburg.
lesbian.
Sweet home Austria.
Or no, it's
Penis.
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 Middle fingers on your nose.
Oh, yeah. Lesbian penis. Anyway,
Lesbian.
thank you all
Word,
for a
sorry.
good session today. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You guys did a very good job upping the morale.
Did we level up?
Beruvik? No. No.
We're gonna ask you every time
The
until you
siege
say yes.
isn't here yet. The siege. You guys will, I'll say, officially be level 9 on February 10th, which is my birthday, and will be the day of the siege. So,
So, who all wants to be sick on February 10th to ruin Lauren's birthday?
I will cry.
No.
Everybody, let's get sick.
Whee!
No.
Let's catch
Everybody do the
coronavirus too.
flop.
I'll actually
Alright, do
Google
we
it.
have any final words, theories, wrap-ups?
I think I might have fucked up with my sister just a little.
Maybe.
I'm
I-
certain you can mend it.
At least you didn't fuck your sister.
Not yet! Okay, yeah, we're ending the recording.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of your evening if you're still
Oh,
listening.
happy
And
hard.
Tyler, may I remind future you as you inevitably rewatch this,
You chose this.
this was our idea, and we're going down together. Okay?
We're going down in
All right.
flames.